Hello, everyone, and welcome to a brand new campaign on our Dungeons and Dragons channel. Today, we are going to be starting Waterdeep Dragon Heist with a brand new cast of characters. We hope you'll stay with us and watch these characters grow and enjoy all of their triumphs and suffering that they will go through. Without further ado, let us jump into Discord and begin the game.
Pansy.
How is everyone today?
Not bad. All ready and excited to go. Brilliant.
Brilliant.
Ready to be lawful.
Yes, ready to be lawful. Very good. Don't get yourselves arrested by the city guard. That would be very, very unfortunate because they're
Hilarious.
quite harsh here in Waterdeep.
Well, we're best friends on a quest together because we're
Yes.
best friends.
You're best friends on a quest.
We have to meet.
together,
Well, we have to
right.
meet first. Let's get one thing at a time. Meet first, then we'll work at it.
What is it? It's a whole new world.
World we live in. Pokemon Johto.
Well, that's always a good way to start.
2 seconds.
Hello. You gonna behave? And now that song's stuck in my head. That's the rest of my day now. Great.
Shall wait for
I mean-
Liam and then we will begin.
Outstanding. So how is everybody? Well, everyone watching at home, I guess.
They are probably good because they're here to see a brand new campaign with brand new characters, and they're going to stand by you and experience your triumphs and your suffering.
Suffering.
Although hopefully
Everybody,
there won't be too much of that. Well,
everybody loves the suffering.
everyone loves suffering indeed.
What? Oh, when it's not theirs.
As long as
Shard
it's
and Frodo
the
is
enemy's
beautiful.
suffering.
The picture you have
Yep.
for Ava.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
what Kitty
Just
said.
an eagle.
Yeah, it's what
What
Kitty
now?
told me to put there.
It's epic.
She literally
what?
just sent me a picture of an eagle and said, "Here, use this for
Stream.
Ava."
Yeah. You know how he has on the stream. You know how he has our pictures underneath the names. As Kitty
Okay.
Bell Ava has just the picture of an eagle.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just wanted a picture of an eagle.
I didn't have the thing. Sorry, I didn't have the thing actually active.
Streams up.
All right,
Hello,
so
Liam side.
Yeah.
hello, Daleside.
Oh,
Before I unmuted, I forgot to mention. I'm going to let you mention this. Did you want to mention our lovely Patreon?
Yes, as you are tuning in for the first main campaign episode of our Dungeons and Dragons channel, feel free to pop down into the video description and you'll see a link to Patreon there. Any help is appreciated. But without further ado, let us begin the brand new D&D campaign. Our story begins in the city of Waterdeep, the crown jewel of the north. As the last dregs of the previous winter melt away, the citizens of Waterdeep are greeted by the damp and humid weather of early spring. On an otherwise typical weekday, you find yourselves escaping from the warm, misty spring rain by seeking shelter within the Yawning Portal Tavern, a fixture of the Castle Ward. One of the North's most renowned establishments, word is that the Yawning Portal is always chock full of partygoers, off-duty workers, and adventurers, and today is no different. Almost the entirety of the tavern's expansive ground floor is taken up by rows upon rows of booths and tables, each one of them full of merry faces. The only part of the tavern not bustling with activity is a large stone well placed in the very centre of the tap room, a hole that, according to the sign in front of it, descends 140 feet into Undermountain, the sprawling dungeon beneath Waterdeep, a challenge that draws fools and glory seekers alike from across the realms. Allow me to grab some tavern music.
Dun, 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 dun.
Surprised you didn't immediately go for like the cantina music.
Yeah, I thought about it. Not gonna lie.
So, you all sit around a sturdy wooden table, lit by a brightly burning candle and littered with plates cleared of food and half-drained tankards. The sounds of gamblers yelling and drunken adventurers singing bawdy tavern songs nearly drown out the off-key strumming of a young bard 3 tables over. You have all entered the yawning portal today for your own reasons. Never having met before, it was pure coincidence that today you find yourself seated at this very table. And so, would you like to introduce yourselves and your reasons for being here? In no particular order, we have Sabaton Liam playing Narthel, the Paladin.
I'm Nato, I'm a paladin, and my daddy's Noggle, and my mommy is she's a giant, and I'm a preacher giant.
Narthel is a member of Waterdeep City Guard. He joined so he could fight things. And today he is off duty, enjoying a nice drink. Next, we have M1 playing the Earth Genasi fighter, Sir Lucian.
Why, hello there. I am Sir Lucian. Please enjoy.
Sir Lucian is a member of the Lord's Alliance military, an officer who earned his position due to his family having a lot of money and connections. Although he has never really seen combat, he considers his job hard work, so he's spending his day off relaxing, making merry in the end. Next, we have M2 playing Bobbit, the human child warlock.
It is Bobbit. Bobbit's in a fantastic new adventure and ready to make all new friends. Yay!
Bobbit's a bit too young to partake in the festivities going on today. He just wandered in and he saw a lot of people gathering and thought it would lead to adventure. Next
He
up,
is milk.
we have Thomasaurus playing Mickey McGrood, the Myconid Bard.
Hey, my name's Mick McGrood, and I'm here to experience the world and see what songs it has for me.
Lovely. Next, we have Remster, or Remy, playing Bulb I Saw, the Druid.
A pleasure it is to meet you, it is.
And as you sit around the table, preparing to order another drink, you see Bulb I Saw. You cannot see his face under his hood, although you see glimmering eyes, and they look vaguely reptilian to you. And as you call a waitress over to order a drink, you see Bulb I Saw click his fingers and produce a small flicker of flame, which he uses to light the candle in front of him. Suddenly, all of the noise in the tavern is eclipsed by a shout. "Ya pig! Like killing me mates, does ya?" Then a 7-foot-tall half-orc is hit by a wild swinging punch from a male human whose shaved head is covered with eye-shaped tattoos. 4 other humans stand behind him, ready to throw hands. The half-orc cracks her knuckles, roars, and leaps at the tattooed figure. But before you can see if blood is drawn, a crowd of spectators clusters around the brawl. What do you do?
Roll for initiative.
This was meant to be Narthel's day off, but... Right! Settle the fuck down, come on!
I thought I wanted to watch the fight.
Very well. I would ask you to please roll for initiative.
Yay!
Isn't an unusual experience for myself. Having grown up in town.
Robert just wanted to watch.
Interesting this is.
I guess we're all. Are we all rolling for initiative?
17.
You may all
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
but you don't have to partake in the fight.
With my initiative bonus, that's a 20, not nat.
Oh, damn.
Are we in Milo's lucky dice
Yes.
or general?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Milo's lucky
Alright.
dice.
Boys, Milo's lucky.
Okay, that one.
Go.
That puts me at initiative 4.
116, Tom 4, and how did Remy do?
Bob rolled an 11.
Ooh, okay. Alright, I must bring up a map. A new map. As
Also,
you've
yeah,
decided-
and one Milo's lucky dice is the only one that has
Yeah,
the
has
dice
dice
roller in
in
it.
it. As you have decided that you would like to, well, some of you at least, would like to partake in this brawl. So here is the map. There are 3 bandits attacking Yagra Stonefist, the female half-orc. She has currently pinned one of them and is beating him silly, while the other 3 prepare to gang up on her. Bobbit, you are up first if you would like to partake, or if you'd simply like to enjoy the excitement.
It's going to, say, climb on top of the table we were sitting around and maybe just hold a reaction to see what happens first. For now, I just want a good view of the fight.
Very well. Bobbit decides to climb up onto the nearby table and just hold a spell ready in case.
Just one thing, when you hold a spell, you have to nominate what the trigger
Yes,
is.
and so what would the trigger, what spell are you holding, and what would the trigger be?
Hold on to his favorite spell, Eldritch Blast, and suppose I'm holding on in case they decide to try and attack us.
Ah, yes, in case they decide to attack you. Good. If
At the
anyone-
moment, Bobbitt's more like, I was going to say, but it's more like instead of preparing, Bobbitt's just sort of sitting up there bouncing on the table, just waiting to see if anything happens.
just a little bit prepared because, you know, he's seen punch-ons before and know that sometimes the bystanders can get caught up in it. Next up, we have Narthel.
Alright. Another thing I forgot to put in my damage for my unarmed strike. What's that?
That's always going to be 4 plus strength mod.
4. Strength mod. And the attack bonus is
Is plus 2.
plus 2.
You're not
Okay.
proficient.
Alright, cool. Alright, yeah, Nathal's going to go up to number 2 going, Oi, this is meant to be my day off, and you're causing this ruckus!
You slam your tankard down on the table, get up, and roar at the bandit that he's causing a ruckus, and in the name of the city guard, would like him to stop. However, he doesn't seem prepared to listen to you, and instead raises his fist in your direction, preparing to swing. What will you do?
Oh, Nathal's going to take a swing.
Alright, I'd like you to roll an attack, please.
That is... Crap, what's it say? That's a 15.
15, and that's a hit. So that is 6 damage altogether. And with that, you give him a swift punch to his right cheek, and he
Right.
goes...
That shouldn't be 6 damage, it should be 9.
Oh yeah, 9. 4 plus 2? 4 plus your...
No, my modifier is 5.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, sorry. Yes. 9 damage. You stand back, dodge his swing, and then pull back your own fist and send it slamming into the right of his head. He grunts once, spits out some blood, and goes sprawling on the floor, unconscious.
Right, you fuckers want more taste of this? Settle the fuck down!
They look at you and groan, and then raise their fists and continue advancing towards the half-orc. It is Sir Lucian's turn.
So first I want to do is that, so I'm a leader of a guard can I use my nobility to quell the rebellion?
To try to... Yes,
Not really a
you can.
rebellion, it's just a bar fight, man.
I know, but
So you
this
step,
is I'm in unfamiliar territory.
you step up to them, and I would like you to roll an intimidate check, please.
All right. That is 14. And
14.
charisma.
The
I
bandits...
pass.
Yep, the bandits look at you, and they take a step back and raise their hands, and bandit number 3 scowls, and he says, "Oi, oi! We don't want no trouble with you, Poncy Face! Yous mind your own business!" Do you retaliate? Do you react? Or do you just, having quelled them, do you just...
I do react.
Yep.
And I basically say to them, I say, if you do... Well, I've already intimidated them, so they're already... Are they already ready to respond, aren't they? Okay, so... I just charge in.
Yep,
and
you
slice them with my longsword.
Alright, you charge in, raise your sword, and slice at bandit number 3. You may
Jesus
roll,
Christ, I'm just knocking them out.
You may
Can't say. Oh, wow.
You may roll
That's
with
good.
advantage, as he is not prepared for your attack after being intimidated.
Might have to roll again. Advantage rolls again, isn't it?
Yep, that's correct.
Yeah, roll twice.
And take the highest.
Okay, 7.
7. Unfortunately, he raises his scimitar and parries the swipe with your sword. And now it is...
I'd like to use my reaction.
Ah, yes, to do an Eldritch Blast.
So basically, after he's done all his talking and everything else, you just hear this yell from the back of the room going, "Firing! It's turn!" Just this massive blast comes flying across the room, and I'll hit number 3.
We didn't catch what those words were.
Yeah, no, that's
sorry.
because he's in tears, shouting coherent child talk, I'm assuming.
Sorry, sorry, let me try that again. I don't know why it keeps cutting out like that. No, he does the whole talk and everything else and tries to quell them as he goes to, start fighting. He just did its worth going, "Boring! Bubba's turn!" Just this massive blast from across the room.
Very well.
And that's going to be an 18 to hit.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
And I can't add anything to this just yet. So that's gonna be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage, and boom! You hit the bandit with an eldritch blast, knocking him off his feet. He quickly climbs up and looks at his friend. His friend points at you and says, all right, we's gonna cut that hat off your head, you little brat. And it is the enemy's turn. Bandit number 3 raises his scimitar and swings at Sir Lucian. And Sir Lucian, you easily parry his blow with your shield. He is unable to deal any damage.
Suck it. In his holy name.
Bandit number 1 raises a light crossbow, points it towards Bobbit, and fires.
You monster. Who'd attack an innocent child?
He rolled an 11. Did he hit you, Bobbit?
He did not.
He did not. Bobbit quickly leaps out of the way as the bolt sails over his head. It is now Bulbaisor's turn.
Bulbasaur casts Produce Flame
Yep.
and would just like to keep it as a reaction and throw the flame at anyone who approaches and gets within 15 feet if they are an enemy.
Very well. Mickey McGrood, it is your turn.
Alright, I'll look up from my beer And I'm going to... I'm just going to try and end this fight. I just cast Sleep. The point being sort of behind them so that then only all three of them are captured in the sleep thing. It's 20 foot.
Yep. Alright, go ahead and roll.
Was the half-orc an enemy as well? I feel like she
half-orc
was...
is not. She's not an enemy, but you're only putting her to sleep.
Ah.
That's 22 points worth of sleepiness in ascending order.
You wave your arms, and suddenly, the two remaining bandits fall to the ground, snoring loudly. So does the half-orc, her large unconscious body slumping over the bandit she has pinned under her. He begins shouting, "Oh, no, by Timber, I can't bloody breathe! Get this bitch off me!"
I'll also use my bonus action to take another sip of my beer.
Just casually point your hand, wave it, put them to sleep, and go, alright, my work here is done.
Behind the barkeep, a gruff, well-built, middle-aged guy named Dernan, sighs as he climbs over the bar, drags the unconscious half-orc off the bandit, and snarls, "Out!" pointing at the door. The bandit climbs to his feet, brushes some dirt and spilled beer off the front of his clothing, and then grabs his two unconscious mates and begins dragging them towards the door. Before he exits, he takes one more look into the tavern, specifically at the unconscious half-orc, and then he narrows his eyes, and he says, "Xanathar remembers everyone who mess with its people," and then drags the other bandits out into the city street. Shouts of alarm suddenly ring out as a hulking creature climbs up out of the well in the middle of the tap room. A monster with warty green skin, a tangled nest of wiry black hair, a long carrot-shaped nose, and bloodshot eyes. As it bares its yellow teeth and howls, you can see that a half-dozen bat-like creatures are attached to its body, with 3 more circling above it like flies. Everyone in the tavern reacts in fear, except for the barkeep Dernan, who shouts, "Troll!" And thus begins the first proper battle.
Where did it pop up?
I'm going to bring up the other map.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So here is the new map. I'm
In?
just going to grab the music.
Okay, so it's nowhere near me.
Yep. Let me just grab the battle. The battle music. Tavern music.
I'm assuming the person behind the bar is the barkeep.
Yeah.
Yes, that is the barkeep.
Yep.
Alrighty. And we'll keep the same initiative order.
Yay!
Okay. The troll appears to have crawled up from the first level of Undermountain below, perhaps drawn by the carnage that just unfolded. Once it is fully extended within the tap room, it rises to its full height of 9 feet. 3 of the bat-like creatures drop off its body and begin circling around the tap room like flies. What passes for their mouths, dripping with blood, drawn from the troll, from bloody bite marks that you can see emblazoning its body. The troll is weakened, but still a threat. Dernan points towards the flying creatures. He says, "You handle those! I'll take down this troll," as he reaches under the bar and pulls out a greatsword. Okay, Bobbit, you are up first.
We have 3 bat-like things. We're really fighting the bat-like things, and I'm guessing helping with the troll?
Yes.
Okay, dumb question. How close would I need to be within 15 feet of all 3 of the bat?
You'll have to move forward 1 tile.
Okay, now if I fire off a spell that fires at McCone, would I hit anyone else? Or I'm standing?
You will hit Sir Lucian with it.
Can I move forward 1 more space to make sure that doesn't happen?
Very well. Step up
Because I
onto one of
don't know these
stools
people yet, and I
near
don't want to
the bar.
hurt people by accident.
Step up
Cool.
onto one of the stools near the bar.
Well then, I wasn't actually planning on using the spell this early, but screw it, we're dipping into that particular spell list, and I'm going to cast Burning Hands.
Ooh, nice.
So, while that's, I'll read out what it says. It says, as you hold your hands with thumbs touching and fingers spread, a thin sheet of flame shoots forth from your outstretched fingertips. Each creature in a 15-foot cone must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. Fire ignites any flammable object in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
So the bar.
And 2
Yeah.
of them have passed their dex saves, 1 has not. Actually, what is your spell save DC?
Spell save DC is currently 14.
14, okay, so 2 of them passed, 1 did not, and I will roll for the troll as well. And the troll also has failed.
Cool, and since this is coming from the other one, I suppose I'll have to describe as it goes. So basically, Bobbit puts his stuff behind him for a moment, holds his hands out to cast the spell, and basically the air around him starts heating up as his eyes start, his usually green eyes start glowing yellow as he takes aim, holds his hands out, and all he can hear from this lovely child who was a minute ago talking in a very high-pitched tone just, "It's not," and this massive cone of fire just shoots out from his fingertip.
Go ahead and roll the damage.
14 points of damage, or 7 if they failed.
14
sorry, if they
points
passed.
of damage. Sturge number 1 gets blown away in a plume of fire, instantly falling to the ground, a pile of ash. Small flames lick the other 2 Sturges and the troll, who take 7 points of damage. Flame begins to spark on the edge of the bar. However, the bar does not catch alight. It appears to have been treated to resist fire spells. You sense that this is not the first time that something of this ilk has happened in the Yawning Portal. "Good one, lad!" shouts Dernan as he squares
All of a sudden,
off
just
against the troll.
turn and face him, his face back and all, and going, "Hooray, Bobbit did it! Good job, Mr. Stick."
It is Narthal's turn.
Right. It's time that I use an heirloom that was passed down from my father. And I pull out a giant shiny stick covered in jewels and gold, and on top of it, a black spider.
Oh no!
Oh, here we go.
I tap the staff 3 times on the ground, and 3 spiders appear on the field.
Very well.
This one's called Spooder, this one's called Nagui after my dad, and that one's called Spidey!
3 didn't catch any of that, but 3 large spiders immediately appear right in front of Narthal. Okay. It is Sir Lucius's turn.
Yeah, no, that's not picking up. I clearly need to keep the volume down when I'm talking.
Oh, is it going through to the rest of the house?
No. I think it's just because I think either the pitch or just the volume as I'm talking, it just cuts out on the mic.
Yeah, because none
can
of
we
us
fix
heard
that in the
anything
audio
what you said.
Alright.
Basically just childish glee as these spiders magically appear out of nowhere.
I just love
Lucy.
everyone's collective. Oh no.
What would Sir Lucian like to do?
Now, Sir Lucian, I'm closest to the troll. Not the trolls. The trolls aren't there. 2 and 3, aren't we?
The Sturges are 2 and 3. The troll is not numbered.
Am I currently locked into combat? I don't think I am.
You're not.
All right, throwing axe to the face
Of the troll.
of the troll. Number
All
2.
right. Go ahead. At Sturge number 2. Go ahead. Make your attack roll, please.
All right, let's do this. Fades. Get the fuck out of this.
Ooh,
Eat axe.
that's a hit. Roll for damage.
It is. What was it? Oh, D6 plus 4. D6 plus 4. Eesh! Beautiful. Wait, did I roll it right?
Yes, you
I
did
did.
10 points of damage. You hurl a throwing axe at the Sturge, hitting its wing with the tip of your blade, and it goes down. It is now the enemy's turn. Sturge number 3 swoops towards Bobbit and goes in for the attack.
The actions still count.
The reactions do still count, so would you like to...
Is that within 15 feet of me?
Yes it is. Would you like to produce...
I would
flame?
like to try and throw the flame that I had in my hand.
Go ahead.
Now, when I'm doing a spell attack, that is my spell attack bonus?
Bonus, that's correct.
Yep, okay, cool. I haven't actually had a spell that is direct attack before. That is 23.
That's a hit.
I
Roll for
love produce
damage.
flame.
So that is a D8. I'm going to use the red one for the fire damage. That is 6. I don't add any bonus to that, do
no,
I?
You don't. 6
Yep.
points of
So
damage.
just 6 damage.
You hurl a small flame at it and it hits it. The creature flaps its wings, struggling to stay in the air, but it does not go down, and then it rolls an attack against Bobbit.
Why? What did Bobbit ever
19.
do?
It hits Bobbit, latching onto Bobbit. It clamps onto the side of his neck and drains.
Ow.
5 points of blood out of poor little Bobbit, inflicting 5 points of damage. Then,
It's not nice at all.
the troll roars, and another Sturge drops off its body, flying forwards towards Sir Lucian and Narthel.
Would that be an attack of opportunity from the spiders?
Only if it moves out of their range.
Okay, yep.
And then, it rolls an attack, trying to get on Sir Lucius's skin. However, he raises his shield, batting the feeble creature away, as if it were a baseball. The spiders rush forwards towards the troll, each of them leaping up, attempting to bite into its skin. And one of them hits, dealing 5 points of damage.
Hey.
Durnan leaps over the bar and squares off against the troll, swinging at it with his greatsword. He rolls and he hits it, dealing 6 points of damage. The troll takes this chance to swing at one of the spiders. However, the spider leaps out of the way. Okay, it is now Bulbaisaur's turn.
Alright, the map's changed around.
Sorry, went to the wrong
There you
page.
go.
Closing the whole one.
Oh, just the first quick question. Did you duplicate the Sturge number 3? Or...
I did. I duplicated it. I will just put a new number on there.
Oh, another Sturge appeared.
Yes.
Yeah.
I must have missed that, sorry.
So we'll put make him number we'll make him number 13 now. There we go.
No, it's just I must have cut out when you,
Yeah,
for me,
no,
when you
yeah,
said you...
dropped off the troll's body.
Ah, okay, cool. I am going to cast... Right, so the rule for spell casting was you can cast one spell, but then the next one must be a bonus action, doesn't it?
Yes.
As long as it's a cantrip.
Yes.
It can't actually be a spell.
Yep.
So that doesn't work if the cantrip is an action, but the spell is a bonus action?
That'll work.
That'll work as well?
Yes.
Okay, well, I am going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Word on Bobbit.
Yep.
Which is 1d4 plus spellcasting. So I will just get that up. My spellcasting is Wisdom. That is 5 health.
Yep.
And then I'm going to use my action to cast Produce Flame and just hold it.
Ah,
But
good.
I can't make a reaction
Yes.
because I've used up my bonus.
That is correct.
Yep. Okay, cool.
Alright, Mickey
Thank you.
McBrood, it is your turn.
I will cast Vicious Mockery on the Sturge closest to Bobbit.
Ah, very well. Go ahead. Go
No.
ahead and do your roll.
I don't have a roll. You have to make
yeah,
a Wisdom
that's
saving
right,
throw
it
at
does
DC
have
15.
It does. Let me check. And that's going to be good for you.
Say that I've used up a spell slot.
-1. 11. It fails. Go ahead and roll your damage, please.
Da, 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 da. No, almost rolled a d20 there. 1 point of damage, and it has disadvantage on the next attack.
And that kills it as it flops uselessly off Bobbit's body onto
So it
the
has
wooden bar below.
Disadvantage on the next
Yes.
attack.
How do you insult it?
I look it up and I see where I've come from. We've got bigger mosquitoes than these.
Okay. It is now Bobbit's turn again.
Okay, well, Boba would like to first move back to where McGrood is, because Boba doesn't want to be in the big fight anymore, because, ow.
That's fair.
Turn the mushroom and go, thank you, Mr. Fun Guy. And then I'm going to Eldritch Blast the other Scourge that's there, whatever it's called. Scourge?
Go
Scourge.
ahead. Go ahead. Roll to hit.
Does a 14 hit.
It does.
Oh,
Roll
sorry,
your
16.
damage.
Sorry, 16.
Well, 14 would have hit, but yep, 16
Yep.
still hits. Roll your
That's
damage,
another.
please.
That's 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Boom! You fire an eldritch blast, hitting the tiny creature and blowing it to bits.
Hey, buddy.
Now, shouts Durnan, knock that troll out while it's weakened! It is Narthal's turn.
Okay.
Three hit the big guy.
At this point, Nath will bring out another prize artifact, rightfully named as the Redeemer Axe, otherwise known as the Giant Slayer Axe.
Wait, you already have that?
Yep.
Yes, but it doesn't, it's had most of its properties removed.
Yeah.
It's old.
It's been reduced damage.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I had mildly concerned for a minute there.
Yeah, it's basically just functioning as a normal axe right now.
Well,
Okay.
it's still pretty much painful. It's 2d8.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
a normal axe. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
grab it and you rush towards the troll. Roll your attack, please.
That is a 14 plus 9. Well, that's over 20.
That's a 20. That's a hit. Roll your damage.
19.
19. A good hit. You fight well, shouts Durnan as he swings at the troll with his sword. It is Sir Lucian's turn.
Okay. Well, let's see. Now we're up to the troll, aren't we?
Yep, just gotta
Maybe
weaken
we
it enough
should.
that he can put it down. It is severely weakened.
I would like to take the fit. Would there be enough for a long sword finishing blow?
Perhaps not, but it would help with some damage.
Damn it! It was supposed to be heroic and shit. All
You
right,
can
let's
rush
just.
forwards, it's okay.
All right, let's do this. Just rush forward and charge it.
Alright, roll your attack roll, please.
All right. I thought I slipped a banana or something like that by accident. Who put this grape there? Oh, well, fuck.
Why there'd be fruit inside of a tavern at this point?
You swing.
I'm still in this place for a million gold pieces.
You swing your longsword, however, the troll blocks it with its thick, skinned arm, and you are unable to pierce. It is the enemy's turn. The troll roars, and it swipes its clawed hand at Narthel. And it hits Narthel.
Wait, what?
Oh,
It beat
man.
20 AC?
But a 25.
It's a troll. This is not a
Holy
first
shit.
level monster. It's just severely
Oh,
weak.
he's a thick boy with big arms. He's gonna hit things. Why do you think I backed off?
And Narthel takes 11 points of damage.
And that killed me, so I'm definitely glad I backed off.
And Durnan looks to his side. He sees Narthel take the hit, and it's just the distraction he needs. He rushes forwards with his greatsword. And he hits the troll, dealing 9 points of damage and inserting the tip of the blade into its neck. The troll groans and falls to the ground. Now, Durnan shouts, set it alight! It is Bobbit's turn. Oh, sorry, it's not Bobbit's turn. It is Bulbaisor's turn.
Then I'm going to produce flame and throw it in the same action.
Alright. Make your spell attack roll, please.
Fuck. Well, there's the first nat 1 of the game.
Nat 1.
Yep.
Okay. You hurl a flame at the troll's unconscious form. However, your aim is way off, and instead you hit one of the tavern's stools. The flame splutters and dies.
I use my bonus action to set up a reaction to cast produce flame and throw it again if any
Yep.
enemies move closer to me.
It is Mickey McGrood's turn.
Well, I don't really have any fire magic, so I'm just going to continue to sip my beer.
Okay. You sip your beer. Beside you, Bobbit prepares for his next turn. Bobbit, what would you like to do?
My turn again. No, sorry. Alright, well, I'm just gonna do what I do best at this point and just fire another Eldritch Blast from back here. It's pretty much what we're down to at this point.
Instead of firing an Eldritch Blast, would you instead like to try and aim at one of the candles burning on a nearby table to try and knock it off so it will set the troll alight? Because the troll is unconscious, it
group
now
is
simply
invited.
needs,
Ah.
now simply needs to be set alight to kill it.
Most wishes he hadn't used up his fire spell before. Never mind, let's burn this thing.
Go
All
ahead,
right, well,
make a spell attack roll to hit the candle. Will require a 14.
it's gonna be a 15.
15. You raise your hands. They vibrate with energy, and then
Eldy boom.
an eldritch blast comes out. It hits one of the tables, knocking it over and sending a flaming candle flying, landing onto the troll's chest. The troll immediately catches a light. It begins to scream in excruciating pain as its body melts away into green goop in front of your eyes. That is the end of combat. I will get the tavern music back.
Loot the room.
Just
Steal
that thing.
everything.
Bob just starts dancing around, doing like little victory poses.
He's got aiming for kneecaps.
In the aftermath, the hood of Bulb's cloak falls off his head and reveals a red lizard folk. And at some point during the fight, some of his produced flame got caught on his tail. So now his tail is actually alight.
So you're a Charmander.
Yes. But it does not appear to be harming him, and the flame does not appear to spread, simply flickering at the tip of his tail.
Oh, it's just like doing laps around him, just staring, going, oh.
Durnan surveys the aftermath of the battle, and then he places his greatsword back onto the bar with a rattle, claps his hands together matter-of-factly, and says to you all, "You fought well. Thank you for the help. A free round! I'll have it sent to your table." With the carnage over, the crowd disperses, and within a few minutes the tavern is back to business as usual. Free food and drinks are brought to your table as thanks for helping Durnan. And, as you partake in this, you may take a short rest.
Oh, huzzah.
Get my happy spell back.
Go ahead and spend your hit dice if you were hurt, and Bobbit gains his spell slot back.
Was I hurt? I don't think I was.
No, you
I
weren't.
think Alright.
As you rest up after that fight and get stuck back into your drinks and meals, a strange-looking man in a big blue slouched wizard hat pushes against the tide of patrons and moves in your direction. As he moves in your direction, he points at your table, lavishing praise upon you to nearby patrons. When he reaches you, he takes a bow and simply says, you be adventurers, am I right? I could use your help. Do you mind if I take a seat at your table?
You can do what you want.
Spell wizard.
He pulls out an empty chair and takes a seat. He strokes his moustache, adjusts his floppy hat, and tightens his scarf. Volo Thamp Gadar, also known as Volo, a chronicler, wizard, and celebrity, at your service. You may know me from my most recent publication, Volo's Guide to Monsters.
I
your
never
book,
heard
Bob,
of
has
you.
I tend to go at him and go, oh, you'd have some interesting stories to tell. So pull up a seat.
He says,
Studied your book,
"Indeed."
Bulbhead.
He looks somewhat disappointed that not all of you recognized his name, but nonetheless he shrugs and with a smile makes himself comfortable at your table. He says, "I trust you've noticed the violence in our fair city these past 10 days. I haven't seen so much blood since my last visit to Baldur's Gate, but now
Blood!
I hear a funny. That is a funny.
But now I fear I have misplaced a friend amidst this odious malevolence. My friend's name is Floon Blagmar. He's got more beauty than brains, and I worry he took a bad way home a couple nights ago and was kidnapped, or worse. I noticed your prowess just now, and if you agree to track him down with all due haste, I can offer you 10 gold coins apiece now, and I can give you each 10 times that when you find my friend. And so, forgive my intrusion, but may a simple bard prevail upon you in this hour of need."
I'm sorry, can I bring back an old trope? Payment up front.
Well, he said he was going to give you 10 gold now.
Yeah, 10 now, 10 later.
Yeah.
So 10 now and 10 times that later.
Upon
Oh, 10
completion.
times it. I thought it was just 10
Yep.
later.
Nope.
I think that arrangement would be more than reasonable.
Bulb will accept. Bulb likes
I was gonna
helping.
say, there's no if he gives us all up front, there's no impetus for us to complete the job and not skip town. And I see no reason why not.
A good piece of wisdom.
Doesn't know what anyone said. Are we doing stuff?
As you accept his quest, he sort of jumps, and then he mutters, "Of course you'll take it." What? You said yes? Oh, praise Timora! You said yes! He stands up and reaches into his flowing cloak and hands you each a small pouch. Upon opening it up, you find 10 gold coins inside. A reward for simply accepting his quests. Accepting his quest. He says, "Now please, make haste and find my friend Floon. If you bring him back safely, I'll have 100 gold for each of you." He giggles nervously as he steps back from your table.
Can you tell us where to find him?
He says, "Well, Floon is a handsome human in his early 30s with wavy blonde hair. He was dressed in quite princely garb when I last saw him. 2 nights ago, before he disappeared, he and I were drinking and making merry at the Skewered Dragon, a dark and bawdy tavern in the dock ward. I recommend you begin your search there." He smiles nervously.
I turn to him and go, "Now, is there any reason as to why someone would want to kidnap him? Or worse, as you say."
He simply laughs nervously. "I would like you to make a charisma persuade check, please."
That is 14.
He strokes his moustache and he says, "Well, I'm a bit embarrassed to admit that I may have gotten my friend in trouble. Beset by writer's block, I met Floon for drinks at the Skewered Dragon 2 nights ago. We drank and gambled for a few hours, and then I left, as I was suddenly struck by inspiration and wanted to make a start on my next publication. Follows
Without
guides to
covering your gambling debts.
He says, "Well, that may be. I noticed while we were gambling and making merry, there were some shady types who wouldn't move their gaze from Floon. I was struck by inspiration and wanted to get home so I could make a start on my next publication, Volo's Guide to Spirits. And, well, I'm afraid I did not stay behind to ensure that he got home safely."
Ale,
Yes?
as a druid, I would have read a lot of Volo's publications, wouldn't I?
Yes. At least he's
Would I be
like
able-
monsters.
Would that give me any insight as to his character?
Yes. You may make an insight check with advantage, please.
I'm trying to find out if this is actually Volo, or at least why he's so nervous, if it is him. That's a nat 20. Nat 20 and
Yep.
first nat 1.
Good job.
You know Volo's persona from the books you've read, and this man certainly appears to resemble that persona. You can't think of why anyone would impersonate Volo, and he seems to be genuine in as much as that this is the man himself. However, you also understand that Volo's guides have a rather niche audience. They don't sell particularly well, and it seems as if Volo might be stretching the truth about how much he could pay you when this is all done.
Having had those thoughts, Bulb goes, seem wrong, something does here. Explain, care to?
He says, well, I already have explained how my negligence might have gotten my friend in trouble, but aside from that, oh, I understand. You're asking about the payments, right? He says,
Yes, and also extreme nervousness.
yes, well, I'm not a very good liar, as you could no doubt tell, and, well, the truth is, my first royalty payments for Volo's Guide to Monsters have not yet come through, and as for making progress on Volo's Guide to Spirits, well, it appears that the only spirits I have accrued any knowledge about are the kind that you drink, so I'm a bit short on funds right now, but trust me, and I promise I will make it worth your while.
Interesting.
Well, Bob likes your books, he does.
He says, a fan. Perhaps when you rescue my friend, I'll be happy to sign a copy. He smiles and twiddles the tip of his moustache.
Unfortunately, signature is no good exchange for cold hard coin, as it were.
He says, well, how about this then? He reaches into his coat, pulls out a scroll of paper, and flattens it out on the table. It appears to be a deed for a property of some description. A historic building. A historic building in the North Ward called Trollskull Manor. It is in Volo's name and appears to have been purchased only recently. Volo says, well, rumor is that it's haunted, so I purchased it so I could study the spirits. But, well, none appeared, and I'll happily hand it over if it will pique your interest.
I turn to the rest of the party and I go,
Excuse me, sorry.
well, it seems our payment for this would be a business arrangement. It interests me, as the tavern could prove to be a good source of income. What about the rest of you?
It's my job to dispel spirits.
Wonderful.
I was going to say, you turn to where Bobbitt's sitting, and
and I'm like, I look at him.
I was going to say, Bobbit this whole time is actually, you look and see Bobbit has somehow procured a checkers board out of nowhere and is playing checkers with his mage hand spell.
Also, probably at this point, you'll notice I don't actually have a mouth.
Yeah, you're just speaking. Your voice just seems to emanate from somewhere.
At this point, stops, turns and goes, how do you eat food?
And so, do you accept Volo's offer that if you rescue his friend, he will transfer the deed to Trollskull Manor to the party?
Well, I turned to the party and I said, all four, and then I raised my hand.
Who is all four?
Bulb raises his hand as he says, help Volo Bulbwood regardless of reward.
Yes, Yoda.
Who wants to help Volvo?
And so...
I'm sorry, I almost spat my drink out.
There's a majority there. You have accepted to take on Volo's quest. And with that, you begin to head towards your first lead, the Skewered Dragon Tavern down in the Dock Ward. As you stand up from the table and ensure Volo you will return with his friend, you push open the double wooden doors that serve as the entrance for the Yawning Portal Tavern, and step outside into the foggy, misty night that has started to fall across the city.
I presume the streets are pretty well lit, considering we're in a major town.
Yeah, here in the Castle Ward and in the North Ward, the streets are quite well lit. There are magical lamp posts about every couple of meters down the cobblestone streets, and you can see very well, despite the fact that the sun has begun to set and the spring mist has settled over the city. And so you
Are we friends now?
And so you head down into the Dock Ward on your first adventure. The Dock Ward. The dock ward immediately gives off the atmosphere of being part of the city that many would be ill-advised to travel at night. Tall, densely packed tenements leave most of the neighborhood in shadow. Most of the street lamps have had their glass smashed and their candles stolen, and the smells of salt air and excrement linger as you pass by rows of run-down buildings. As you turn a corner, you find yourselves walking down a street that has been cordoned off by the city watch. Lying on the cobblestones are a half-dozen corpses, seemingly the victims of some terrible skirmish. Watch officers have disarmed and arrested 3 blood-drenched humans and are in the midst of questioning witnesses. One of the officers sees you. "Get on!" she says. "Nothing to see here!"
I step up to the officers and go, actually, perhaps you could assist us.
She raises her hand and she says, "Look, we've been told to keep the public off this street. Move along." But then she stops mid-sentence and she notices the tall figure standing beside you. She says, "Oh, would that be Nathal?"
Not all here.
She says, "Well, yes, I heard you was off duty today, but if you'd like to help out with guard business, you and your entourage may come through."
Yeah, well, it appears I'm still needed, which is a shame.
It's delightful. Alright. So we are looking for someone, and we would like to just make sure that, well, our search doesn't end here. I gesture to the dead bodies.
The guardswoman nods and she steps aside to let you into the crime scene. And you briefly examine each of the corpses, and none of them fit the description that Volo gave you of his friend. You notice that they are all either clad in black leather armor or are bare-chested but have their skin covered in eye-shaped tattoos. The guardswoman steps forwards and she says, "Well, I hope for you's sake that the person you're looking for's not amongst these unfortunates."
Appears not.
We saw these lot before. We had a bit of a scrapping with them.
She says, "Yeah, that's so. Well, there's been a lot of violence tonight between the Zentarum and the Xanathar Guild. We've arrested 3 of them, the survivors of this skirmish." She gestures towards the other side of the corded street, where 3 survivors of the skirmish have been stripped of their weapons and are being forced to kneel with their heads on their hands. "All 3 of them loyal Zentarum agents," the guardswoman says. "They're probably going to be accused of murder and put to death. But we're questioning them while we can, seeing if we can weasel out that little bit of info."
Let Nathal question them.
Alright. As Nathal heads over to question them, Mickey McGrood or Bulbasaur, is there anything you would like to ask the guard woman?
Yes. I tend to go and go, aside from the obviously weighty circumstantial evidence, is there any direct evidence that they committed the crimes that they're accused of?
She says, "Aye, they admitted it. They was, helping their friends here. Both of them patrolling the docks ward. 2 gangs, run across each other's path, and, well, it got down to violence right here in the streets. Those 3 were fortunate enough to survive the skirmish, though I don't suppose they'll be surviving, the Waterdeep criminal justice system for much longer."
So, is it common knowledge that the penalty for murder is the hangman's noose?
To any Waterdeep citizen, any citizen of Waterdeep, it would be commonly known. So basically, that would be M2 and Liam's characters. You would probably not know that this is the common punishment for murder.
This is how I affect my line of questioning then. I turn to her and I go, so knowing that it would mean their lives, they admitted to you that they murdered these people.
Aye, pride of the Zentarum, loyalty to their faction. Well, they're not the smartest blokes in the tool shed at the best of times, but, you know, it's like they're thinking someone's going to come along and grease the palms and get them freed. What I'm concerned about is, the Zentarum and Xanathar's guild ain't ever been best of friends, but something sparked this violence, and it's gotten much more intense over the last 10 days.
I mutter and to myself, which probably everybody can hear anyway in their heads. But I walk over to Nathal and see how he's doing with the...
I was going to say, can Bobbit go and try and talk to him as well, just for fun?
Yeah, Bobbit could walk up. You walk up to the 3 prisoners. They're being forced to kneel with their hands on the cobblestone and with their heads facing the cobblestone and their hands pressed behind their heads. 3 guardsmen stand behind them, holding them at sword point. One of the guardsmen looks up, sees Nathal, and he says, Nathal, we've got this under control, but if you'd like to interrogate them, feel free.
At this point, Nathal's giant, stupid demeanor just vanishes and goes into Nagel's barbarian demeanor. Just giant, 9 foot tall, half giant, just walks towards him, cracks his knuckles, going, "Alright, you're gonna tell me everything that fucking happened here." I would like to roll for intimidation.
Yes. Would Sir Lucian like to assist on that, perhaps? Because I'm pretty sure he also has intimidation.
Yeah, sure.
You step
So
forward.
you get roll for advantage?
Yes, he gets to roll with advantage. But Sir Lucian, you just step forward and you grasp the hilt of your blade and emblazon your military insignia where they can see it standing next to Nathal. Nathal, go ahead and roll intimidation with
advantage. That's a 17 to begin with. And okay, that's 18, 3, 28.
The thug before you squirms and he raises his head, staring at you with fear in his eyes, and he says, "What? We already told you everything!"
I just kneel down and just grab his hand and just apply pressure to his index finger. "I don't think you're telling us everything."
"Well, look, all I know is that the boss ordered us all, if we saw any of those Xanathars, that we would attack them because, they stole something from us, something very important, and the boss says it's worth millions of gold coins."
"And what exactly did they steal?" Tightening my grip on his index finger.
He squirms. He says, it was, what was it called? The Stone of Galore or something like that.
"And where can we find this?"
He says, "Well, the Xanathars stole it from us, didn't they?"
"Radicus, is that you?"
He says, "Those Xanathars, boss said the Xanathars have got it hidden away somewhere in the city, and we was putting the pressure on them, hoping that we might get lucky. We might draw a lead or have someone hand it over,
"So trying to get a lead has ended up in full-out gang war in my city."
He says, it's not a gang war, bruv. It's always trying to find something what's rightfully ours, you understand?"
There's 2 others, aren't there?
Yes. And as this one's been talking, the other 2 have just been, nodding and going, mm-hmm, yeah, that's right, backing him up.
Do I notice any detection of like heavy sweat as if they're lying about something or hiding anything?
You just make an insight check, please.
17 plus 4. Ooh, yeah, that's definitely a pass.
You determine
I have insight, yay.
they are drenched in sweat, but not because they're lying. It's because they're terrified of you and of their current predicament. What they're telling you appears to be truthful, or at least as far as they think and believe that it is.
Right, you're going to tell me everything you know about this. What was it they're looking for again?
The Stone of Galore.
The Stone of Galore and where we can find it.
He says, well, look, the boss said that if he's got that stone, it's like some sort of treasure map or something like that. It would lead us to 1 million gold coins scattered, stashed somewhere in the city. We don't know where, but that stone will let us find it. And as for where the stone is, well, Gov, that's why this has devolved into all that hostilities, innit?
And you think they have it, and it would be in their hidey house?
He says, well, yeah, it's all we could think of. No one else would be brazen enough to steal right from the Zentarum.
And do you know exactly where this hideout is?
No, we've been hard luck trying to find it. Word is the stone's gone directly to the Xanathar himself.
Alright, I've got a little proposal for you three, and I just stare at each one very intently. Whichever one is more helpful to me can live.
They look at you, waiting for you to continue.
Sorry, need a drink. Whichever one can provide me the best information on where to find their hideout and best way to sneak in, I will keep alive.
All right. They speak each in turn. The first one says, well, he's somewhere underground, innit? The second one says, yeah, well, we've heard that he's been taking portions of the sewers for their own. And the third says, and they mark it with their insignia like.
And that's the eyes, isn't it?
Yes.
Yep. Oh my god, Archie, what do you want?
Ooh, maybe they went to the place where the troll came from.
Perhaps. Although Sir Lucian and Nathal both know that well leads to Undermountain, and anyone who would be willing to set up a hideout in Undermountain must be very stupid or very strong.
Or very evil.
Yes. This seems to be all
Very
that the
evil.
this seems to be all that the prisoners are able to divulge.
So we got 2 out of 3.
Yeah. Well, you don't know whose information is the most helpful yet because you haven't found the hideout. So, and you're still looking for Volo's friend.
Yeah, we never even asked about that one. We just kind of started dealing with this crap.
Well,
they're committing crimes in my city.
Yeah. And from what you could tell, this altercation appears to not have anything to do with Volo's missing friend.
I was going to say, probably at this point, it's going to tug on the sleeve of the other guard that we were talking to begin with.
She looks down at you. She says, yes, what is it, little boy?
Bobbin and his friends are trying to find a place called the Fjord Dragon. Do you know where that is?
She says, yes. You'll want to go to Fishbone Street, and there on the corner between Zastro Street and Fillet Lane, you'll find it. A dreadful place. Be on your guard, and it's not a place for children.
Okay.
With that, you are escorted out of the crime scene and bid good luck.
Oh no, I'm not
Yep.
done yet. I'm
You're
not done yet.
What would you like to do?
What else do we have?
No, I'm not. Once again, Paladin, the committing crimes of my city. I just look at the other guard. Prepare one Hangman's noose, and I look at all three. Good luck.
The guardsman salutes you, and meanwhile the prisoners begin to squirm as you just laugh and turn your back to them, and let the
Okay, let's go.
and let the guardswoman escort you out of the crime scene. You continue on through the dock ward, heading in the direction of the skewered dragon that you were directed towards. On the way there, on the corner of Zastro Street, Fillet Lane, about just across the cobblestone street from the skewered dragon, is a shop with a peculiar window display. One nearby shop stands out from the other buildings. It has a deep purple facade, and in its window hangs a stuffed beholder. Above the door hangs a sign whose elaborate letters spell out Old Zoblob Shop.
I was just staring at the stuffed beholder with just like saucers in his eyes, just going.
Meanwhile, the skewered dragon is directly opposite the street from this peculiar, curious shop.
Is the shop open?
It appears to be. The lights are on, and when you press your hand against the door, it is unlocked, and as you push it open slightly, you hear a bell tingle inside.
Bulb would like to enter.
Bobbitt's coming with.
Bobbit immediately comes with. Narthal and Sir Lucian, do you just sort of like sigh and follow Bulb and Bobbit into this strange shop?
Yeah.
Why not?
A cloud of lavender-scented purple smoke trails out of the shop's door as you venture inside. Every wall is painted purple, and every dusty knick-knack on the shelves is dyed a deep violet.
It's an opium den.
There is a hairless old gnome sitting cross-legged on the counter wearing plum-coloured robes. His cheeks...
Anything to do with any gnomes, I'm out. I know what happened last time I entered a shop and there was a fucking gnome.
No, it's okay. This new characters, we have different reactions to gnomes now. It's okay. Just relax.
Yeah. His cheeks are decorated with 9 purple eye-shaped tattoos. The gnome lowers a purple pipe and exhales a cloud of lavender smoke before raising a hand. Hail and well met! Come browse the shelves of the most curiosity shop in the world, the Old Zoblob Shop.
Hi, Mr. Purple. Bobbit wants to stuff thing in your window.
He says, "Oh, you mean the stuffed eye tyrant outside? No, terribly sorry, I can't sell that. It's named after the old owner, you see, Zoblob. And, well, it was there when I bought the place, and try as I might, I renamed the shop. Everyone kept calling it the Old Zoblob Shop, and so, eventually I swallowed my pride, and I changed my name to Zoblob, and then I changed the name of the shop to Old Zoblob Shop. And, that thing out there, well, that's my mascot, and so absolutely not, he's not for sale, but, feel free to browse the other trinkets." He gestures towards the shelves filled with violet and purple-coloured knickknacks.
My daddy used to tell me about the gnome he used to visit all the time.
It's just staring. Bo's just staring at the gnome, just as if thinking that maybe if I stare long enough, he'll just possibly hand it over.
Child's way of thinking.
You just
Yep.
wait
Exactly
for...
on the shelves.
You just wait for a moment till the gnome raises his right hand and shoos you away, says, "I meant what I said, child. No means no, it's not a toy." So, Bulb, you're examining the shelves?
Examining the shelves, I just say, "Interesting tattoos you have."
Oh, would like you to make a charisma check, please.
Oh shit.
Did Bobbit help?
Yeah, alright, Bobbit.
Okay, advantage.
As Bobbit takes an interest in the tattoos, Zoblob the gnome simply chuckles and he says, Yes, a token to, good friends of mine. Friends who
It was a
don't
6
like...
and a 2.
Friends who don't like questions being asked about them. And then he narrows his eyes, suddenly full of menace. As you were browsing the shelves, I would like 2 of you to please roll D100s.
I'll roll one, because I was the one actually looking.
Yes. Alright, so
that
Narthel
is 65.
Yep, okay, 65. And
And 20.
20. And Sir Lucian, if you want to browse the shelves, you can also roll 1.
Alright, let's hope I don't slip on anything again. Roll D100. 28.
Alright, so Narthel, you find what catches your eye appears to be a doorknob. Or at least that's the best way to describe it, but it's entirely made out of pink crystal.
A doorknob made out of pink crystal.
Yes.
Mr. Gnome, what's this?
He says, it is a curious curiosity. And a curiosity that is curious. It will be 6 gold in either case.
And I do an Arcana check to see if I know what it does, or at least...
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Make an Arcana check.
Has a 20... I was going to say, has a not nat 20 sound.
So you can't detect any magical energy from any of the curiosities in this store. It purely just appears to be a shop that sells pink and purple things that are strange.
Not will buy it.
Alright, you pay him 6 gold and take it with you. You might find a use for it, or you might be able to sell it to someone for slightly higher than you.
Oh my god.
Meanwhile, Bulb, what catches your eye is a purple piece of parchment, with a purple velvet liner. And you grab it and you unroll it, and it appears to be a deed for a parcel of land. However, the name of the realm is entirely unknown to you.
The price of this, what is it?
He looks at it, he says, gimme! He reaches over, snatches it from you, says, yes, parcel of 1 foot by 1 foot land, yes, outside of Glasgow, Scotland, yes, okay, 5 GP, please.
Thank you.
You pay.
You hand over.
You're not going to? No.
No, I'm not gonna buy the land in an unknown
Scotland.
Realm.
Yeah.
You decline and place it back on the shelf. Meanwhile, Sir Lucian, you find a small purple glass vial filled with tiny white slivers of some strange substance.
Thanks, I suppose.
Do you ask what it is, or do you examine it?
I'm gonna ask him directly, what is it?
He says, that would be a vial of nail clippings.
What?
And most enchanted nail clippings, I thank him for his time and I put it back on the shelf.
And you just walk out of the store. You just walk out of the store, shutting the door behind you and muttering about how it was all a waste of time.
Go for an next person.
Still just eyeing off the beholder in the window.
And yet, he seems unwilling to budge on that one. Just the same, Mickey McGrood steps forward and he says, well, while we're here, we may as well ask. We're searching for a man by the name of Flug. last seen across the road in the Skewered Dragon. Princely outfit, blonde hair, or so we've been told. The gnome perks up and he says, "Oh, well, I don't know him by name, but I do recognize that description. However, I wonder, given the circumstances, perhaps this is one of those things where one does not, what do they call it on the street? Snitch." He smiles at you all.
Bobbit will either take the location or the stuffed toy. Your choice.
Bobbit,
That's persuasion.
make,
I'm trying to persuade him, by the way.
make a persuade check, please, Bobbit.
That's gonna be a 21.
He sighs and he says, Fine. Sloon and a well-dressed fellow of remarkably similar appearance and bearing. Well, they were jumped outside the shop by rough-looking men in black leather armor 2 nights ago. I think there were 5 attackers, but none of them looked familiar. One of them had a black tattoo of a winged snake on his neck. I would like...
That's just if I just looks disheartened and goes,
Oh, I thought that would work.
I would like just the same, Sir Lucian and Nathal to make intelligence checks.
if they didn't Sir Lucian walk out in
Oh
disgust.
yeah, no, sorry, so just Nathal. Just Nathal and Bulb in that case. Make intelligence
An
checks.
intelligence, did you say?
That is a base 13.
Just over your shit.
Yep.
That's 13 as well.
Yep. So you recognize the winged snake tattoo. That is the symbol of the Zentaru.
Could Bulb, even though he doesn't have insight, could he do an insight check to see if the gnome was lying about the tattoo?
Go ahead and make an insight check.
Actually, yeah, considering his...
Bulb believes that this man may belong to the... That's the one.
Yeah.
And insight is wisdom, that's a 21.
That's a 21. Very well. Yeah, he appears to be telling the truth. After all, if it were the Zentarum, and if he is affiliated with the Xanathar Guild, then it would serve his purposes to send you in their direction.
I would have thought you might have been trying to frame the...
I thought...
sentence after him.
I thought, maybe that Xanathar's people might have taken him, he lied about the tattoo to insinuate that it was Zentarum instead of Xanathar.
Yeah, that is
it's good to know he's telling the truth.
Yeah, but he appears to be telling the truth based on the way he describes the tattoo and the relish, almost as if he is excited that his enemies also have enemies, and he is pointing them towards each other. But perhaps
The enemy of my enemy is my frenemy.
Perhaps asking around the Skewered Dragon may still be worthwhile. Would you like to thank the gnome for his time and leave?
Nata will take the gnome. Thank you, Mr. Gnome.
The gnome waves.
I was going to say, Bobbit just waves and quickly goes,
Bobbit will be back.
The gnome,
Bobbit shakes fist.
the gnome gives you a jolly wave as you exit the store, and as you cross the street to the Skewered Dragon Inn, the stuffed beholder in the window of the store almost seems to follow you with one of its eye stalks.
Oh.
Thank you again.
The Skewered Dragon looks like a ruin. Both of its front-facing windows are smashed, and a ship's anchor is lodged in the roof. Through the windows, you can see a group of haggard patrons drinking from huge tankards, and even from out here in the street, you can hear the din of voices singing along tavern tunes. Followed by the clinking of glass.
Real quick, Dale.
Yep.
When someone did the Arcana check, was that actually in the store, was that actually checking for magic presence, or was that just what?
Well, it was examining the objects to see if any of them were magical, and determined that none of them were.
Instead of entering the tavern with the rest, if they decide to enter,
Yep.
can Bulb sit down on the side of the street, maybe in front of the store, and cast Detect Magic as a ritual?
Yes, he can. So
Bobbit might stay with him just because, doesn't really have any interest in bars because he's 10,
Yep.
plus he wants to look at the Beholder for a little bit longer.
So the rest of you enter the dive bar, while Bobbit and Bulb remain outside in the street. The inside of the tavern is filthy. At least half of the tables are missing a leg. Some of them have sunk under the weight of everything placed on them, and the majority of the patrons aren't even seated. They're just standing, hunched over the tables, or kneeling on the dusty floor. You head over to the bar and quickly describe Floon to the barkeep. He just shrugs. He says, "Haven't seen him for a couple of nights. You want a drink?"
Well, where did you last see him? Did he say anything to you?
The barkeep shrugs. He says, "He was here, had a few drinks with his friends, went home."
And are these friends here?
He
Oh,
shrugs.
also, how much sway do I have over the city?
Anywhere where the city guard, anywhere where there's law-abiding people that would obey an order from the city guard, you have sway. Probably not so
Okay.
much here.
Yep.
And as you continue questioning the barkeep, several of the patrons look up from their drinks and just start eyeing both you and Sir Lucian in particular. Both of you appear to be quite out of place here. The barkeep shrugs. He says, "They might be here, they might not be here. What's up to you?"
They're honestly trying to stare down a 9-foot half giant. Okay. Okay, we're gonna play this game. We're gonna play it like this. I'll just lean over the bar and just stare at him right at the eyes. Are they here or not?
Make an intimidate check, please.
7 plus 5, that is 19 plus 5, 23.
The barkeep shrugs. He says, "Look, I don't want to cause trouble with the city guard." Raises his right hand. He says, "Round of drinks for anyone who can help these gentlemen." Two patrons immediately perk up, and they gesture for you to come over and join them at their table. You head over to the table and you take a seat in as much as you can. You just sort of stand beside the table, looming over. One of the men, a very dirty-looking, bearded man wearing a tattered sailor's uniform, looks up at you. He says, Me and Jeffy here, we saw him a couple nights ago. Floon and Volo it was, they was having a drink here. Anyways, after Volo left, Floon stuck around long enough and he met with another friend. What was he called?" The other man, Jeff, perks up. Rainier Neverember. The son of the previous Open Lord. What was his name? Tekolt Neverember. You know, he used to, before Lady Silverhand came in and ruled over the city. The tattered sailor shouts, "Oh yeah, that's right, a chip off the old block, that one. Yeah, just another spoiled rich noble who likes to rub our noses in it." Anyway, the two drank, and they played a few rounds of 3 Dragon Ante before leaving, sort of around midnight. Anyway, 5 men followed them out, and we didn't see what happened after that, but those 5 men, well, they're regulars here, and you didn't hear this from me, but they're known to frequent a warehouse on Candle Lane. Look for the snake symbol on the door.
Okay, I'm back.
Thank you very much, citizens. Is there anything else you can tell me?
"No, that's it. Can we have our free drink now?" shouts the sailor. The barkeep sighs and begins to pour a flagon of ale as you thank him and the patrons for their time and step back
I
out.
just go back to normal demeanor. Flip them another gold coin. You never saw us.
The barkeep winks at you as you exit back out into the dark street. Meanwhile, outside, Bulb has cast Detect Magic as a ritual. And Bulb, you do indeed detect magic. There is an aura of divination magic coming from the stuffed beholder in the display of the old Zoblob shop.
Okay.
Bobbitt's toy is magic?
Seems to be, little one. When all the others come out, I do inform them that the beholder toy is in fact infused with divination magic.
Yep, and Bobbit, would you like to make an Arcana check to determine what a possible function of this divination magic may be?
I'll help him with that.
Yep. So.
Go ahead, make it with advantage.
Okay, what was my Arcana again? 15.
Yeah, so in a couple of wizard books you've read, you know that the School of Divination is about knowledge and security.
I was actually going to say, if it comes to information, couldn't it more come from patron rather than my own knowledge? Because Bobbit doesn't seem to be the type that would read textbook.
You think for a moment, and then out of nowhere, a fragment of knowledge pops into your head. Divination magic is used to divine knowledge to provide surveillance to watch.
So basically, it's a camera.
Yeah, it's a
I was going to say, Bobbit basically repeats that just in a dead monotone voice, like robotically, as if just being given the instructions.
Yeah, so Bobbit just goes, his eyes roll back and blank-faced. He recites that divination magic is used to watch, and that the beholder is a sort of magical security camera.
Her eyes roll back into place and goes, thanks, Mr. Stick. You always know what to say.
And you're just holding,
holding his staff.
His staff and just looking at it with a smile on his face.
While I'm picturing later down the track, Bobbit is pretty much going to have like a Mr. Hat puppet.
We'll see. And so, is there anything you would like to do now that you know the true nature of this stuffed beholder? Or would you like to simply press on to the warehouse on Candle Lane?
I say that we should probably keep it in mind for when Narful eventually goes back to his police work. But we should probably do the job that we were hired to do first.
That's correct. That's a good idea. Everyone else wish to press on to the warehouse?
And Bobbit takes one last lingering look at the beholder, and just you hear him whisper, "It will be mine." Oh yeah. And then just keeps walking.
The buildings on either side of Candle Lane are so tall, so tightly packed together that light touches this street only at high noon. Gloom envelops a narrow alley, as dark as a dungeon and as odorous as one too. Nearly all the street lamps have been smashed. The only light that pierces the darkness is a faint flickering from the other end of the lane, like a distant candle. What would you like to do?
So the hallway's dark, was it? Sorry?
Yes, this alleyway is incredibly dark. All of the street lamps have been smashed, and the buildings are cramped together so close and they're so tall that this alleyway is so dark that without dark vision, you will not be able to see. Furthermore, the only light you can see is a faint flickering from all the way down the lane, almost like a distant candle.
half giants or Goliaths have dark vision?
They do not.
No.
The only
Okay.
one who has dark vision is Mickey McGrood here.
And Bulb.
And Bold. Yeah.
Bubbit can't see.
So these street lamps, would I possibly be able to light them with Druidcraft?
Yes, you can. You could cast Produce Flame on them as you go. And relight them.
Oh no, Druidcraft, which means I can
spell, yeah.
instantly light or snuff out a candle, a torch,
yes.
or a small campfire.
Yeah, you can do that. In fact, I'd like you to roll a d20, please, just so I can check something.
Yep, no problem. That is a 13.
You make your way down the alleyway, and yeah. Oh, sorry, Liam. I'll get that to you at the end of this stream. So next week you can have the You are lucky enough to find that the majority of the lamps have simply been extinguished and the candles have not been stolen. So you light them as you pass by, soon bathing Candle Lane in a dim, flickering candlelight, allowing everyone to see without assistance.
But I took that cantrip now, because that was the one that I was going to drop.
So you
Good
make...
save.
And how do you make your way down the lane? Are you making any particular attempt to be stealthy, or do you have your weapons drawn, or?
Well, Bulb himself is not going to have any weapons drawn. Well, he's always carrying his staff.
Yes.
But he won't be stealthy at all because he has to whisper to the spirits of nature while casting this cantrip.
Very well.
So,
Hey guys,
Have
I
you-
have
yep.
to kill the phone call.
That's cool. So Tom, we're heading towards a warehouse where Volo's friend may have been taken.
Okay, wonderful.
And in a very, very narrow, very dark alleyway, Bulb has lit all of the street lamps that were snuffed out. And I was just asking how do you guys wish to move particularly cautiously down this alleyway? There is no indication that you're going to be attacked. I'm just asking whether you'd like to do so.
I would just like to have my hand on the hilt of the axe and just approach with caution.
Very
I
well.
like to stroll down the street.
Yep.
Just dipping la 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 la.
Oh, it just goes la 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 la.
Very well. I will roll something.
Oh, something.
Okay. That will be one success. You make your way down the alleyway, and the flickering light you saw comes from the one street lamp still intact on Candle Lane, kept alight by a continual flame spell. A warehouse is directly across the street from the lamp, which illuminates a black-winged snake, the symbol of the Zentarum, painted above the door's handle. This warehouse is a ramshackle 2-story building. It stands at the back of an outer yard behind a high fence. You step forward and press on the gate on the fence and are relieved to find that it is not locked. The building appears to have 3 points of entry. A front door, a front door, a large warehouse loading door, and a painted over window just above some of the roof shingles, leading into the second floor. You also notice that the front door has a sliding peephole that can be opened from the inside. Thanks to bulb lighting all of the lamps along the alleyway, the warehouse yard and its interior are illuminated enough that you can see without assistance.
Oh, neat.
Good bulb.
This is how you were able to see that there are 3 means of entry. So what would you like to do?
You said there was a little peephole in the door?
Yes, but it looks like it can only be opened from the inside. That whoever's inside the warehouse can use it to keep it whoever's outside in the yard if you knock on the door.
Yeah, but can I see through the peephole?
No, you
I
can't.
guess it's closed.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can see that
Yep.
it's closed.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Cool. What were the other ways of going?
So there's the front door with the peephole. There's a large loading bay door, so just two big wooden doors. And if you climb up above the front entrance and move across the roof, there is a window leading into the second floor.
I am voting the second floor.
If you're sure you
Yeah,
can get up there, then
I was gonna say, how good is everyone at getting up places
Yeah.
like that? I mean,
How-
you're not
Well,
exactly
How
delicate.
high is it?
it's about 10 to 15 feet high. It will require an acrobatics or an athletics check to get up there.
Well, it's 10 feet high, so that's just an extra foot for me.
Yeah, so you'll just do a very easy athletics check to pull yourself up. Everyone else will probably have to climb with an acrobatics check.
Will it climb on top of Narthel?
Oh, yep, you could do that. If Narthel will let
So,
you.
I would just basically walks over to Narthel and go, "Can you pick me up, please, Nana?"
Bob
Of course.
Bob suggests that if everyone would be willing to wait 10 minutes, he could cast Detect Magic as a ritual again and make sure that if you do decide to break through a window, there's no wards that will harm you when you do so.
Fair enough.
Alright, is everyone okay to wait 10 minutes?
Yeah, I'm okay to wait 10 minutes.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna roll something. That will be one success still and one fail. Okay. 10 minutes pass as you wait in the warehouse yard, thinking what would be the best means of entry. Bulb casts Detect Magic as a ritual, and you discover that there appear to be no magical wards coming from either of the doors or the window.
That's effort saying.
Go ahead, Biggie Small.
So,
Mate, are you calling me Biggie Smalls?
You're Biggie, he's small.
yep.
Oh, okay.
So, how would you like to attempt to gain entry? There are the two doors on the ground level, and there's no need to go for the window unless you think that the window is a better option.
Well, I could always lift Bobbit up and he can peer through the window.
Yes, that is correct.
What do you think, Bobbit?
I will go look.
I would like Bobbit to make an acrobatics check with advantage, please, as Narthel is lifting him up.
That's gonna be 20, not nat.
Hey.
Nat, you're lifted up onto the roof shingles of the first floor roof. As you approach the window, Bobbit, I would like you to make a stealth check with advantage.
Ooh, stealth. It's gonna be a 15. I'm really glad you said advantage because I first rolled a 2.
Oh.
Because you are small, your weight moving across the roof doesn't make much noise, and you approach the window, and you find that you cannot see through it as someone has painted over it with black paint.
Aww.
And when you try to open it, you find that it is locked. However, the lock on it looks quite old and worn and could probably be picked with some skilled use of thieves' tools.
Could it be bashed?
It could be, though that would make
Would be,
a noise.
so,
Anything could be.
I was gonna say, does anyone actually have thieves' tools? I have proficiency with it. I just don't have it on me.
Maybe a
moment.
lovely mushroom bard would.
Possibly.
Mickey McGrood, do you happen to have thieves' tools on you?
Yes, I do.
Are you proficient in them?
double check.
Because if you're not, Bobbit is.
I was just going to go have a look at my background. Yes, I am.
Ah, well,
There
very
you go.
well. If someone
I
wants
mean,
to-
I'm already up here. I was gonna say if you just pass it to like Narthboy, can hand it up to me, so we don't have to try and get a second person up here.
I mean, I'm just like, how high up is it?
It's about 10 to
10, 15 feet.
You could probably climb up quite easily.
I'll just toss it up to you.
Let's roll for advantage.
Alright. You throw the thieves' tools up, they land on one of the roof shingles. Bobbit scurries over and takes them and heads back to the window. Make a thieves' tools check, please, Bobbit.
Okay, so it's just a flat what I roll plus proficiency.
Yep.
Alright, that's 17.
17.
Mm.
Click! The lock snaps and breaks off. The window is unlocked. You grab it and you slide it open, and on the other side you can see what appears to be a balcony on the second floor of the warehouse. The balcony, from what you can see, is entirely taken up by wooden crates and barrels, and there is a banister so you can get a good look at the floor below, but there does not appear to be anyone on the other side of the window.
I just poke my head back over the side of the roof and just go, seems clear up here.
Okay, come back, little child.
Baba could go in.
Jump, Daddy will catch you.
I was gonna say, do you want me to go? Do you want me to go in the window?
Actually, yeah, we could get you to open the door.
Or
You want me to go in by myself?
Or you could all try to go through the window.
Either all go through the window, or some could go through the door. But
Yeah.
we don't know. Haven't seen anyone in there yet. But obviously, you don't want me wandering around by myself in case I get busted.
I mean, we can try and talk our way in.
You could.
If you guys want to do that, I'll just hang out in the balcony for now.
Alright, so Bobbit is going to climb through the window and enter the warehouse standing on the balcony. So, Bobbit, here is what you see as you enter the warehouse and look over the banister to the floor below. Tables and chairs have been carelessly tossed along the floor. The corpses of a dozen men lie along the walls, their rapiers and daggers lying nearby. On the north side of the floor, stairs rise to the level where you are. 4 short avian creatures with long beaks and black feathers are standing in the middle of the warehouse room, seemingly looting one of the corpses. Each wears a hooded cloak and wields a short sword. They do not appear to have noticed you.
I suppose I'll just wait to see what the others are doing. I'll just stay hidden up here for now, just to be safe.
Okay.
Did you pass on the information?
You'd have to come
I mean,
back out to do that.
I have to come. Do you want me to come back out to tell you guys?
Well,
Oh, it's up to you. Absolutely.
how would Bobbit... It's up to, does Bobbit want to come out? Bobbit may not want to.
If I try to get back out, would I have to roll stealth again to make sure I don't make any noise?
Yes.
Do you want me to come back out to tell you guys?
Your choice.
Think of you coming back out is maybe describing the creatures to me, and I might be able to make a nature check, but other than that, you're probably safer staying where you are.
Yeah.
Play as how Bobbit would.
Stays put.
Alright. Bobbit's going to remain where he is for the time being. Those of you who are still in the yard downstairs, there are 2 doors on ground level. You can either attempt to climb up and follow Bobbit through the window, or you may attempt to enter any of these doors, or even just knock and try to talk your way in, as Mickey McGrood suggested.
Is it acrobatics or athletics to get up?
It'd be either one, your choice.
Oh, other one.
Bulb would like to try and follow Bobbit.
Alright. I would like Bulb to make either an athletics or acrobatics check, please.
That would be a athletics, which is +2, a 10.
You deftly climb up a drain pipe onto the roof shingles, but you nearly fall off at the top, and as you vault up onto the roof, you disturb a couple of the tiles, making a loud noise. Inside, Bobbit, you see the bird guys look around as they hear the noise, but after a few moments, one of them raises his hand as if to signal an all clear, and they go back to looting. Bulb, I'd like you to make a stealth check as you make your way across the roof to the window, please.
That's is an 11.
That's an 11, that's fine. Creep along the roof, try not to disturb anything else, and then climb through the window, coming up beside Bobbit at the edge of the balcony. Seeing the creatures down below, please make a nature check.
Nature, that would be 22. I could no roll like that just before.
You recognize these creatures as Kenku.
Ah. Okay.
Meanwhile, Narthal, Mickey McGrood, and Sir Lucian, you are all in the yard outside. What do you do?
Alright, I think Sir Lucian and Mickey McGrood, you guys go to the third entrance, the warehouse entrance, and I knock on this entrance and try to use my city guard to find out what's going on.
I mean, I've got probably an idea that doesn't get us into a fight if they're not particularly, how can I say it, receptive to the influence of the city guard.
Yeah, and you do know that this is a criminal hideout.
Yes. I pull out, I work out what the address of this place is. I write it down on a piece of paper and I walk up and just knock on the door.
I would like you to make an intelligence check, please, to work out what the address is.
It doesn't even need to be... Actually, no, it probably does need to be fairly right for this, but I will make an intelligence check. Does a 12 get me...
You were
Wonderful.
able to backtrack down Candle Lane a little bit, and you determined that this is number 22 Candle Lane. You write it down on a piece of paper, and then which door do you knock on? The one with the peephole or the loading door?
The one with the peephole.
You knock on the front door.
I'll unload and carry my have a loot that's shaped oddly. Instead of being the sort of teardrop shaped of a normal loot, it sort of has a weird figure 8 design.
Yep. You hear movement on the other side of the door, and then you hear the sound of the peephole being slid open. And from the other side of the door, a gruff voice says, "Yeah, what's the password?"
I say, don't know about no password, but is this, and then I just read out whatever the address is.
The voice says, "Yeah, what's the password?"
I don't know, but I've been paid to play music here. I show him my guitar.
There is silence for a few moments, and then the voice repeats, "Yeah, what's the password?"
Bloody Kenku.
I would like you to make a perception check, please, Mickey McGrood. Mickey McGrood.
That'll be a 12 also.
You can't help but notice that every time the phrase is said in the exact same cadence and tone of voice. Almost as if it's
either a Kenku or an enchantment.
Yeah.
I say, look, if there is someone on the other end of this Can you fetch me someone that's in charge so I can do this job? I've already been paid, and it wouldn't look good if I didn't.
I'd like you to make a persuade check, please.
Or deception. I mean, they're
Or
both the same
deception,
to
yeah.
me.
Make a deception check, please.
That's still a 7, but it's a nat 1.
Yeah.
Oh.
You hear
Alright.
you hear the voice on the other end say, "Get him back to the boss!" And then another voice say, "You gallywag, start unpacking those crates!" Then the peephole slides shut. It slides open again, and the same voice says, "You gallywag, start unpacking those crates!"
Alright, at this point, I was like, right, I've had enough of this. I work for this city and I'll boot the door in.
Make an athletics check, please.
Oh, that's an 18. So that's 18 plus athletics. 18 plus 7, 25.
Lovely. Okay. You rush forwards and bash on the warehouse loading door, and it bursts open. Inside.
No, I was at the peephole.
Peephole, yeah, you shove Mickey out of the way and then smash into the door. There's a crack of wood, and then the door bursts open, and 4 short avian creatures with long beaks and black feathers look in your direction with surprise as you enter. They draw their short swords. I'd like you to roll for initiative, please.
In the name of the city, you're all under arrest.
That's going to be a 20, not nat. Don't give me
That'd
17
be a
today.
19.
Yep.
Olb got 11.
That is a 7 for me.
Actually, would Bulb and Bobbit get surprise rounds
Yes,
if
they do.
all the Kangaroo?
Yes,
Could be the
yes.
web.
But you still have to roll for them.
Yeah, oh no, yeah.
Cool. So Bobbit essentially gets to go twice in the space of like 20 seconds. Hooray!
So what did Bobbit get?
Not nat 20.
Not nat 20. Okay. Alright, so here is... Oh, that's not the right map. That needs to be closed. It's an old one. Here is the warehouse map. There are 3
Yippee.
normal Kenku and a Kenku snake. Bobbit and Bulb are currently up on the 2nd floor. So we will say... I do have a 2nd floor map, but I can't have them both up at once. We'll just say
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Bulb and Bobbit are over here on the 2nd floor. Okay. It is a surprise round first. Bobbit, your turn first.
Okay, do we get advantage because we're higher up than them, or does that not how this one work?
Yeah, you can get advantage on a ranged attack if you're higher up.
Spells count as ranged attacks last I checked.
Yep.
Works for me. Well, might as well go with the good old LD Boom. It seems to work so far.
Yep. Alright, which one are you targeting? 1, 2, or 3?
I'll take number 2, thanks.
Alright, roll to hit.
Does a 15 hit?
A 15 does hit. Roll for damage, please.
Solid. That's going to be 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. You step forward, your hands crackle with energy, and you send an eldritch blast at the Kenku. The blast hits him, nearly knocking him off his feet. He looks up at you, and the voice shouts, "I need to take a piss break!" Okay,
Nobody
Bulb,
knows.
your turn.
Campaign, are you allowing, well, me specifically because I have the cantrip, me to produce flame and put it on a spear, then throw the spear?
That's what I used to do.
Yeah, not
Yeah, I know,
all,
that's why I'm asking in this campaign, because I know he changed some rules.
not all in the same turn.
Okay.
Ah.
In that case, I just produce flame and throw it at Kenku number 3.
Alright, go ahead, roll to hit.
And is with that advantage because I'm up high?
Yes it is.
Okay, cool. Jesus, that's a 13.
13. You hurl a small flame at the Kenku, but he dodges out of the way. The
Yeah.
flame hits
Okay.
the ground and makes a scorch mark. Okay, Bobbit. It's your actual turn, not your surprise turn. What would you like to do?
Well, you know, if at first you don't succeed, Eldritch Blast, damn it.
Again, alright, roll with advantage.
Get used to hearing that one, because we're going to be seeing it quite a lot. It's going to be a 24, and I'm going to throw another one on number 2.
Alright, roll your damage, please.
That's going to be a 7.
7. You hit the Kenku with an Eldritch Blast. He shouts, "Ah, it won't come!" and then falls down to the ground, dead.
Sorry about your pee break.
Okay, Bulb, it's your actual turn.
Alright. Yeah, you're breaking up, Remy.
Yep, sorry, Remy, but you're breaking up.
Speaker might be unplugged. 2 seconds, sorry. Is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
You're good.
Okay.
We can hear.
My USB at the back of my computer must have knocked.
Ah.
Okay, I will, I guess, just... I'm just going to throw another Produce Flame at him.
Alright, go ahead, roll
Mr.
your hit, please.
Yeah, that missed.
Aw.
Not even
Yeah.
bother, that missed.
Make another little scorch mark right next to the first one. Okay,
Yep.
now it is
Do
the
you with
enemy's
advantage?
turn.
That was an advantage, that was a 2 and a
Oh.
5.
Oh, ouch.
It is now the enemy's turn as they have 21 on their initiative. The Kenku
Oof.
Snake makes a move. And he comes out behind Narthel and gets a sneak attack off on Narthel.
Oh.
And so first he has to hit you though. So that's going
Ah.
to be roll 1d20 plus 6. And
Hey!
Aw.
you hear the Kenku sneak coming up behind you, and you hear the metallic swing of his short sword. You turn around and parry it with your axe before he can get a blow off on you. Kenku 3 raises his short bow and fires it at Bobbit.
Hmm.
The arrow misses you by at least a foot, sinking harmlessly into the wall. Kenku number 1 raises his short bow and fires it at Sir Lucian.
Yeah.
And so Lucian raises his shield as the arrow bounces harmlessly off. Okay, it is Narthel's turn.
Alright, this is going to be an unarmed strike because I want to knock one unconscious for questioning.
Alright, go ahead, roll to hit.
You just him with the.
That is 17.
17, that is a hit. So 4 plus 9, that is 13 points of damage. You give him a whack to his torso.
Hassan Chop!
He lets out a loud bird-like screech and then climbs back to his feet, bearing his short sword. Okay, it is now Sir Lucian's turn.
Ooh, okay, I'm going to. Oh, let me just bring it up. So I've got like 50,000 tabs.
Hey.
The Tengu that's currently engaged with Nargle.
Yep.
Can I attack that?
Narthel.
Yes, you sure
Nargle. Yeah.
Yeah, we want to keep that one alive though.
can. Yeah, you can hit it with the. You can hit it with the front
Yeah.
of your sword.
Yeah. Still hit with a weapon, just say doing non-lethal damage so you don't kill him.
Oh, okay. I'm just going for
Right.
lethal. All right, in that case, I'll just engage number 1 then.
All right, you rush up to number 1. All right. Go ahead and roll to hit.
Absolutely. 19, that's a hit.
What did you roll?
11.
11. Yeah, the Kenku...
What's your strength at? Wait,
plus-
do you have anything for your strength?
I got +4. Ooh, no, +4 is...
Yeah, plus
It's
4.
15.
15 plus your proficiency. Yeah, you hit. Roll your damage.
17. There you go.
I do?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a proficiency. Shit, I
So you
didn't
add
Yeah,
realize that.
proficiency
add
plus
your
strength.
Yeah, so you roll a
That's
d20.
Oh, I
17.
only had a strength.
Yeah, you roll a d20, then you add your strength, and if it's a weapon you're proficient in, you also add your proficiency. So in this case, you get 17 and hit. So go ahead and roll your damage.
Oh, shit. I thought I had the +19. Alright,
Ah,
let's do this. Sorry, I'm still learning.
that's okay, man.
We all are.
D6 +4, I think.
Yep.
No shit, no, sorry. D8
D8
+4.
plus 4, that's right.
5.
5. You slash at the Kenku with your sword, cutting away some of his feathers. He shouts, "Ah, that crate's heavy!" Okay, Mickey McGrew, your turn.
Alright, I'll just use Vicious Mockery on the one that's engaged. Not the one that's engaged with Narthel, because he has a high enough AC. I'll do the one that's engaged with. Who's the blue one?
So number 1, the one that's engaged with Sir Lucy.
Yeah, with Lucy,
Alright,
yeah.
he's going to make a wisdom save. Kenku gets no bonus on his wisdom. Or does he? Yeah, no, just no bonus on his wisdom. It's just a straight D20. 11.
That's a failure, so it'll take
Yep.
1d4 damage.
Yep, go ahead.
And that's 3 points of damage.
3 points of damage, and how do you insult him?
I say though the plumage may be nice, the conversation does get repetitive.
In reply,
Oh,
as he clasps his hands to the side of his head, he shouts, "Your mum's butthole!"
And eloquent too.
Okay, Bobbit, your turn.
but it's funny, so I'm going to go after 3 instead and kill that one.
Alright, go ahead.
Now, we've established that spells don't get doubled with a natural 20, do we?
No, they don't.
I'm going to cry a little. And that's 7 points of damage on number 3.
Boom! You hit him with an eldritch blast. He sprawls to the ground, then he twitches and climbs up, raising his short bow. Bulb, your turn.
Having missed with Produce Flame twice now, pull out my spear, which is basically just a sharpened stick,
Yep.
and throw it at Kenku number 3.
Alright, go ahead. Roll for damage. Roll to hit with advantage.
That's 14.
14. That is a miss. He dodges out of the
Oh.
way as your spear embeds itself uselessly into the wooden floor.
Just say, Bobbit just sort of leans over and pats Bob on the back going, "It's okay, buddy. We'll you get him next time."
It is the enemy's turn. The Kenku Sneak
Action is, sorry.
makes a short sword attack against Narthel. And he hits Narthel for...
Ooh.
Wait, that's 14 plus 5, and it's only 19.
I thought your AC was 19. Is it 20?
No, it's 20.
Ah, okay. No, you deflect it. Then, as a bonus action, he uses his cunning action to disengage from you, so you don't get attacked with opportunity, and then rushes out the door.
He could nope the fuck out.
And when he gets back there, he takes a hide action and stealths. Kenku number 1 raises his short sword and attacks Sir Lucius. He hits you, Sir Lucius. You take... let's see how much Kenku is dealing. 6 plus 3, of course. You take 7 points of damage, Sir Lucian. And then Kenku number 3 looks at Bulb, and he says, "That's not how you lift!" And he raises his short bow and fires it at Bulb.
Very well aware am I. Still raging at my own incompetence.
Ooh, lucky.
Oh, that is literally just a miss.
Yep, you raise your staff and bat the arrow out of the way. Okay, it is Narthal's turn.
Alright, how far away is the snake?
He is less than 30 feet away, but he's hiding. So
I was gonna say he's also hiding, so
you'd have to use an action to do a perception check to see him.
we'll just take out the other ones in the meantime.
Yeah, I don't want to lose him, because I've got a feeling he's going to run. Yeah, I'll move towards where I last saw him and use perception to try to find him.
Alright, so you step outside into the yard and make a perception check, please. I'll do a stealth check for him. And
Perception is... Ugh, I don't have that. That is a base 15.
And he got 25 on his stealth check, so you cannot see him.
Ugh. Shit.
And, okay, so that's your turn done. Sir Lucian, you're up again.
Oakley dokley. I'm currently engaged in combat with number 1,
Yep.
aren't I?
So
I would like to continue on and take another slash at him.
Alright, roll to hit, please.
Okay. Ooh, hit.
That's a hit. Roll for damage.
D8 plus 4, I think. D8 plus 4. Let me roll up. 10.
10. You step forward and pierce his heart with the tip of your long sword. The bird twitches on the edge of your blade.
I didn't
falls
mean
to
it.
the ground in a pool of blood. Okay, Mickey McBrood, your turn.
I will 20 feet, so I can get both of them.
Well, you don't know where the sneak is. He's hiding.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
Oh, fine then. Yeah, I'll just vicious mockery.
Number 3. Very
Yep.
well. He's going to make a wisdom save. 13.
That is 2 points of damage, and
Yep, and he has disadvantage on attack rolls.
yep.
Alright.
And look, I'm a bit brain fried to think of another insult for these things, so I'll just
That's
go with lucky.
okay. That's okay. Bobbit, your turn.
Okay, well, number 3, last I checked, is still alive and kicking.
He is.
So Bobbitt's going to help his friend Bulb out and take out number 3, or at least try to anyway.
Go ahead.
Right, does a 19 would hit.
19 will hit. Roll your damage.
Alright, and that's going to be 7 more points of damage.
Ooh, and you blast him with an eldritch blast. He turns into a cloud of blood and feathers as he goes down.
Ooh.
Okay, Bulb, your turn. Would you like to make a perception check to see where the sneak is? Ooh,
Remy,
Remy
breaking up again,
can't hear
buddy.
you at all.
Am I?
Yeah, we just heard nothing then.
And hold on, I'll turn off the... Can you hear me now?
Yep, we can hear
Yes.
you.
Okay, the voice suppression obviously does not like me.
Wow,
The-
that's
yeah.
interesting.
Go into the audio settings and turn down the sensitivity of it then.
Oh yeah, it does have sensitivity.
I only turned it on because my dog was in before. She was
Ah.
playing around. Okay, yeah, well, I guess perception is probably the only thing I can do.
Yep.
Although, did I see it come in the door before it took the hide action?
Yes, so you can do a perception
So-
check with advantage, please.
Okay, well, I was going to ask if I cast Entangle roughly
Oh, yeah, you
like
can do
at
that,
the
yeah.
door.
Yeah, you can do that.
Oh, clever.
Because I don't want to metagame it. I like, if my character saw him come in through the door,
Yeah,
then I'm going to cast
Entangle.
Entangle at the door. So, the creature in the area, when I cast a spell, must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by the entangling plants.
Yep. Alright, so
So my DC is 14.
Yep, and he's about to make a strength save. He rolls...
What's this?
2.
Ooh.
The vines
Take that.
lash out from the floor and wrap themselves around the Kenku's legs. He is unable to move from this spot.
He's about to have a very bad day.
Would you like
Yeah.
would you like to move anywhere, Vol, before ending your turn?
No, I think I'll stay up here, but just keep an eye out just in case anything else
Yep.
appears.
Alright, the Kenku
And
does-
can I
Yep.
ready an action to cast Produce Flame and throw it at any enemy that appears?
Yes, you may. So the
Thank
Kenku
you.
does not move from his spot. Instead, he draws his short bow and fires it from stealth at Vol.
Wait, isn't he restrained at the moment? Will he be able to do that while he's restrained?
He just still can't move. He just can't move.
Yeah, he's restrained but can't move.
Okay, I just...
And once
That's right.
again, his arrow pounds uselessly into the door behind you. Okay, it is... He can't move. He is going to make a strength check to try and free himself. He cannot
Jesus.
move. He's going to make a bonus act. Yeah, actually, he can't. He's restrained. He can't. Oh,
No, can't. He's done.
Yeah. Okay, it is Narthel's turn.
Oh
Yikes.
no. Oh no. This thing's just tugging at vines and just looks up and sees you standing over it going, "Hi there."
Well, hey, friend. How you going?
Yeah.
What you doing?
You
I
step-
think I'm going to like being a dedicated spellcaster.
What do you do, Narthel? Do you go in for an unarmed strike?
Yeah, unarmed strike.
I was going to say just hit him with like the butt of your axe.
Yeah,
So
the butt of
basically,
your
so you're going
axe,
to hit him
right.
with your axe, but you're only going to knock him out. So you just hit him with the other side
Okay,
of it.
yeah, we can do
flat.
that.
Alright, roll
So
to
you still
hit.
get the damage, but you don't kill him.
That is a 13 plus 21. Wait. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 17.
That is a hit.
323.
That is a hit. Roll your damage.
So, do I roll with the strength of the Redeemer Axe?
Yeah, just a normal axe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're just
make-
doing the Redeemer axe.
Yep, except you subtract 1 from the damage because it's non-lethal.
Alright, so I'll take away 1d8. So that is.
No, just
Okay.
One d8, or just no, not one
Oh.
d8, just one of whatever you roll.
1
Oh, okay. Well, that
The
was a
normal
five.
act that does minus
Yeah.
1 damage is non-lethally.
Oh, okay. So.
And I think, is it a great axe?
Yeah, it's a great axe.
Yeah, so it should just be 1d12 rather than d8.
Oh, okay.
No,
yeah,
but
yeah.
this is... I think they're
What?
going by it's the special axe from last
Yeah,
campaign.
It's a
Yeah.
axe he had last campaign. All of its-
Okay, cool.
All
Yeah.
of its magical properties have been removed. The only thing it has is its damage dice. So
So
Fun
that
conversation.
is.
Yeah.
That is a 15 anyway.
15.
Then-
You slam the flat of your axe on the Kenku's head, and he hits the ground unconscious.
I'd like to imagine the hissy fit that Narthel would have thrown when his dad finally hands him the Redeemer axe and then goes, "Oh yeah, by the way, I had all the magic part of it stripped off, so good luck with that."
Yeah, because it hasn't been used in such a long time. Okay. So combat is now over. And as as the combat ends, you all hear what appears to be a shuffling sound coming from under the stairs leading up to the second level. And
First, I'd like to tie up the bird.
Yep. So you set to work tying up the bird, while everyone
Bulb
else...
retrieves his spear.
Yep, Bulb retrieves his spear. You tie up the bird, and then you hear a sound, a shuffling noise from under the stairs leading to the second floor. And then, after you listen to it for a few moments, someone bangs on the closet door. Bang, bang, bang! There is someone in the closet under the stairs.
Well, did Bobbit give me back my pistols?
He has not yet.
I can drop that down to you. And Bob just goes, here you go, fun guy.
I just my hand out.
Oh. Yeah, it just basically just lobs it over the side.
Cool. I grab it and I'll see if anything needs unlocking.
Yep. I would like you to make an investigate check, please.
Sure. That's a 12 again.
There is an office upstairs, and it appears the door has been locked from the other side. With thieves' tools, with a bit of work, you might be able to unlock it.
Okay. Do you want me to roll a thieves' tools check?
If you'd like to open it.
Well, that'll be a 22.
22. Okay. You jiggle the thieves' tools
What did you add?
lock, and you hear it
Sorry?
click. And then on the other side of the office room door, you hear shuffling, and you hear a voice say, "Make sure the shipment is in."
Wait, but what did you add to that roll?
Isn't it Dex plus...
It's it's proficiency plus... I think it's just proficiency.
Proficiency plus Dex.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, alright then.
Really? Okay. Oh,
Well, now I
cool.
know. That definitely did it.
Yeah, actually, look, I'll just double check that. Just because that's how I've always assumed they've worked, because I've never really used rolled a character that's used them. So let's just double check.
I didn't think if it was tools, it was just a flat.
Yeah, either way,
Plus
as a
proficiency.
17, that unlocks
Yeah,
the
it's
door.
still a pass. I was just curious. Sorry.
Yeah, so no, it's an ability check. So it's typically Dex unless specified by the DM.
Ah, there we go.
So an ability check is just what your ability bonus is.
Yeah, plus proficiency
And-
because of the thieves' tools.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah. Alright, so
Ah.
you add Dex to it. So you hear a voice on the other side of the door hurriedly say, "Check to make sure the shipment is in." And then shuffling as if someone is moving on the other side of the door, trying to remain hidden.
I open the door.
You open the door. I'm going to bring up another map just so you can see what's on the other side. Warehouse second floor, and those Kenkus on the bottom level are gone. Okay, you open the door, and on the other side, in the upstairs office, you see
Who was pounding on the door?
an additional 2 Kenku.
Ah.
They startle as you open the door, and
Do I get a chance to react?
yes, you do.
Cool. I'd just like to cast sleep at them.
All right, go ahead.
Alright, 20 points worth of Betty by time.
All right. So those 2 Kenku go down, instantly snoring. However, as the rest of you enter the room, I'll use the same initiative values as before. You do not see the Kenku sneak in the records room behind in the manifest and records room behind the office. He opens the door, raises his short bow, and fires it at... I'm just going to get rid of Kitty, she's not here today. Yeah, she's an eagle. And Mickey McGrew is in the doorway. He fires his short bow at Mickey.
Sure. Go ahead.
Roll 1d20 plus 5. An 8. And Mickey, you raise your weapon and deftly knock the arrow
I don't
out
have a
of
weapon.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you just sidestep. You just step out of the way and the arrow sails past you. Okay, it is Bobbitt's turn.
It's now.
Yep, you know that he's there.
Okay, in that case, I might try the other first level spell that I have, since I don't particularly want to start throwing burning hands around in an office building, because that would probably end badly. So I'm going to cast a Ray of Stickness. The first level necromancy spell, range 60 feet. A ray of thickening greenish energy lashes out towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against the creature. On a hit, target takes 2d8 poison damage and must make a constitution saving throw. On a failed save, it is also poisoned until my next turn.
Alright, he's making a con save.
Oh, I have to hit him first. See if I hit him first with it.
Go ahead.
That's going to be 18.
18, and for the Kenku Sneak, that is a hit. He's now going to make a con save.
So, let me just see what he gets damage-wise first.
Yep.
It's going to be 11 points. You just measure this lovely dark green thing is just blown out of Bobbitt's staff and it's just belted this guy square in the chest.
Yep. It immediately doubles over and begins to cough and shouts out, "Gotta cut down on the tobacco sticks!" And he makes a con save, which he passes. Okay. It is Bulb's turn.
Alive, do you want this one, Nathal?
Oh, I think we can get rid of this one.
Yeah, he got the other two to sleep as well.
Produce flame.
And hurl it at him.
And hurl it at him in one movement, and come on, don't fuck with me this time. That's better, that's a 21.
That's a hit, roll your damage.
That's only 3 damage though, but it's still better than nothing.
It's better than nothing.
Several blackened feathers fall off his body and turn into ash on the floor as he squawks at you, and he shouts, "I said enough with the ciggies!" Okay, it is the Kenku Sneak's turn. He raises his short bow and fires at Bulb. And he hits you, Bulb.
Yep, that's
That
a hit.
is 8 points of damage.
Oh!
Oof.
That's bad.
It
That's bad.
is now Nathal's turn.
Blood! Lots of blood!
You're gonna rush in there,
Yep.
unless you'd like to lay on hands someone, or...
Is that a bonus action or an action?
It's an action.
That's an action.
Huh.
I mean, if you kill him, I can just cast
Oh,
Cure
yeah,
Wounds on
that's
myself.
true, too.
So,
That is also true. That's the
I would like to.
plus in the off chance, I was going to say, plus in the off chance that he does go down, I do have Spare the Dying, which would stabilize him.
That's true, too. Alright, so
That's
you
true.
rush into the room, you raise your axe, roll to hit.
With an 18.
That's a hit, roll
What?
for damage.
He gonna have bad time.
12.
12. And the Kenku Sneak goes down as you bury the axe of your blade in his neck. He squirms, and then you drop his pathetic body onto the floor where blood begins to engulf piles of old paper scattered throughout the room.
Dang, not doing it!
Can I attempt
That
to
helped.
stabilize him?
Sorry, Tom?
Can I attempt to stabilize the Kenku? Or
I think he's
well,
done.
we already have 3 of them who are alive.
Don't we only have one?
yeah, but I just don't like killing things.
Oh, yeah, sure. You may head up and stabilize him. Make a medicine check, please.
Yeah, is that fact that I could spare the dying if you wanted to?
Yep. That's
Never mind.
yeah, a lot.
You walk up and kneel down next to the Kenku, and you reach over, grab some bandages out of your pack, and stabilize his wounds. He opens one eye and feebly croaks, "Thanks for lunch, mate."
I just look at the overgrown mushrooms going, the fuck, and lay down my axe again.
The Kenku pulls himself up against the wall, and then he gives you a look as if telling you, "Don't worry, he's not going to move." For what it's worth, he seems grateful that you saved his life, which may come in handy. I would like, if you would like to investigate...
Just make Nathal angry!
Deal with it, buddy.
Meanwhile, from downstairs, you can still hear the banging from the closet under the staircase. But first, would you like to examine this office area?
Yes, I would.
Make an investigate check, please.
Sure. It's an 18.
18. Okay. The upper floor contains a suite of offices that get little use by whoever, but little use by the Zents who made this warehouse their hideout. The rooms have desks, chairs, and bare shelves covered with dust and draped in cobwebs. A couple of harmless rats skitter about. Mounted above the office door is a steel alarm bell. The bell appears to be connected by wire to one of the walls downstairs, to a random patch of wall. And, upon tracing this wire, you determine that there is in fact a secret door on the first floor, the northern wall, and that this alarm bell is rigged up to ring if anyone sets foot inside the secret room. There is nothing much of note in the office. However, you notice underneath one of the desks a small wooden box, and you open it up, and inside you find... I would like you to roll a d20, please, Mickey.
Ooh.
15.
15. Inside, you find a suit of leather armor. However, it is immaculately clean and doesn't have a speck of dust or even a single scuff on it anywhere. Would you like to make an Arcana check to identify
would.
this?
I was going to say, probably do that if you need help.
Yeah, I was going to offer help as well.
Rolling, I'm rolling gas now, so
Yep.
that's the point.
This is a leather armor of gleaming. It functions as a normal suit of leather armor, does not provide any armor class bonus. However, it appears to be the subject of an enchantment that means it can never become scuffed or dirty. And so, if you are wearing it, you will get advantage on any charisma checks that rely on appearance.
Yes, please.
Lovely, so that is for you. Yes, leather armor of gleaming, a common magical item. And it does not need to be tuned to.
Wonderful.
Ooh, shiny.
As you watch the Mushroom Man discard his old armor and place this new meticulously clean suit on, and then look down at it with appreciation, the banging on the closet door downstairs continues.
Perhaps we should go see to that.
Help the people!
Okay.
While the others are seeing to the frantically trying to escape person, can I look at the Kenkus to see if they had anything useful on them?
Oh yeah, that's a good
yes.
idea.
If you would like to loot all of the Kenkus, you receive 8 short swords and 8 short bows.
Are we counting ammo?
We're not counting ammo, but will be counting encumbrance. So that's 1 kilo for each one.
Throw it on the used market. It's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that means I've got to work out bulbs carry weight, but I'm sure I could.
5 times strength.
5 times strength.
You have all of us to remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
No, but if
I'll
I
do
take
that.
a short bow, I need to deduct that off what my now carry weight is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
5 times 10 kilo.
100
pound.
kilos.
Yeah, but Narthel could
And
carry a lot.
pounds for some
Oh,
stupid
is it-
reason.
5 times mod or 5 times
5
actual
times
strength?
actual strength, yes.
Oh, okay. So that's 75. If everyone's happy, I can carry those around.
Why is mine in pounds? Hmm?
Oh, because it's normally it's pounds or kilos, whichever one. It will be in pounds, so yeah, they're 1 pound each.
And I take a short bow for an actual weapon.
Yep.
Because
Right.
my spear has proved near useless.
Yep. So 8 short swords and 7 short bows you receive, and you have multiple options back down on the first floor. You may finally address the closet. There is also the secret room, which Mickey discovered by following the wires. Alternatively, there are the Kenku, who are still alive, who have now been, the sleeping ones have been rounded up, tied up, and the wounded one he happily lets you put ropes around him and keeps eyeing you as if he's tossing up whether he's willing to repay you for saving his life. So what would you guys like to do?
But would like to check out the secret room.
The secret room. You walk over to what seems to be an ordinary wooden wall, and then you see the wire leading from upstairs, and you see it move into the wall, and you determine that there is a small square section of the wall that can be removed. However, it's going to be quite heavy for a child. You will need an athletics check to open it.
I could try and roll for it and see what I get.
Alright, go ahead.
11.
An 11. You try and you feel it budge a little bit, but you're unable to fully move it out of the way.
Oh.
Stand back, little one. Not for help.
Alright, now
Yes, it's
make an
interesting.
athletics check, please.
Oh, that's athletics. That is a 16.
You grab the groove on the wall and you slide it out of the way with little effort. As you open it, you hear a bell upstairs. Ting! The alarm bell in the office. The Zents have stashed 2 wooden crates here. The first, stolen from the docks, contains 4 wood-framed paintings wrapped in leather. The paintings depict the cities of Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, and Baldur's Gate, and are worth 75 gold each, if you can get the right buyer. The second crate, stolen from a caravan on the high road, contains 15 10-pound silver trade bars, all black from corrosion, but still worth 50 GP each.
Is anyone writing this down?
What was it? Sorry, so it was 4 paintings.
4 paintings worth 75 each,
5 GP.
and 10 silver trade and 15 silver trade bars worth 50 GP each, but each one of them weighs 10 pounds.
Silver what?
Silver trade bars, like silver.
Oh, trade bars.
Yeah. They're
What's the
worth-
chance they're coming back?
Well, it's a shame I'm lawful good and I'll work for the city.
But this is stolen property, so
How much were they worth? Sorry, just
So
in
they're
case
worth-
we do end up giving.
they're worth 50 each, and there are 15 of them, but they weigh 10 pounds each.
And the other stuff just weighs 1 pound each still.
Yes, yes.
And it was 4 I'm sorry, just 4
Four
paintings at
worth
75.
75 each, yes.
Okay.
Sure, interesting.
We should sell
No,
it back to people at a civilian.
Nothel should hand these in to the proper authorities.
Perhaps.
Just slip one of the silver. Bo would like to slip one of the silver bars under his coat while no one's looking, just in case.
Anyone.
I mean,
wishes...
arguments could be made also that these are spoils from adventuring. And I believe there are legal provisions for loot acquired while adventuring, especially if it is.
Well, I would
legal.
like Bobbert to make a sleight of hand check, please.
Okay.
Okay. Bobbert, you manage to sneak one of the bars into your coat while everyone is discussing the matter, and you smile as if you've gotten a new toy.
I don't understand why. You'll have to sell it at some point.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but by that point, this discussion will be long over, and hopefully forgotten about.
We will recognize straight away.
Did anyone actually notice me take it? We'll deal with that down the road.
So
Exactly.
Lucian, being lawful neutral, you probably don't want to take any of these, and Narthel hand them over to the authorities. However, yes.
Is it possible if we could go back into the town and then resell it back to the people it's stolen from? When I say resell it, I basically mean, okay, hey, we've gone out, we've got your shit, give us 5 GP for everything, just to find us.
That doesn't sound very neutral good of you. That sounds like you're trying to police them.
And you don't.
I mean, also don't forget that it might not necessarily be stolen in the traditional sense either. Like likely stuff that's fallen off the back of a truck, being moved, taken as payment for something. It won't be just
like you don't know if it's like stolen from one particular person or anything like that.
Yep.
So.
Yeah, but you're doing this in front of someone who works for the city who's lawful good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying is
okay, I vote to take it.
I think there's an argument that we should be able to keep at least a portion of it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
As a consequence of adventure.
Be compensated for the finding thereof.
Very well. Would you like to open the closet door or interrogate the Kenku?
Closet door.
Alright. You all gather around this door to the storage closet. You can still hear shuffling and banging from the other side. The door to this back room hangs loosely on broken hinges. Narthel, you step forward. Your one hand on your axe still, while the other hand reaches for the doorknob, pulls it open. The cramped chamber beyond smells strongly of sour fish and vinegar. It is filled with discarded ropes, canvas tarpaulins, and splintered wood from smashed barrels. Cowering in front of you is a handsome blonde man. He is wearing nothing but his underwear. He looks up at you, breathing ragged breaths. It appears...
I hand him a used piece of leather armor. Slightly used.
It
still has that quite fungus scent to it.
Yes. Mushroom, it has earthy tones.
It appears you have found Volo's missing friend, Falloon, or have you? The man stands up, reaches over for the piece of leather armor, and he turns around, stands behind one of the tarpaulins as he begins to put it on, adding a vague earthy smell into the mix of the vinegar and old fish. And then he steps out, brushes some hair out of his face, and even though he's marred by grime and the lingering stench of rancid pickled herring, he speaks with grace and articulation, taking a bow, and he says, "I am Rainier Neverember, and I thank you for rescuing me."
Wonderful.
Confusion fills your minds. Rainier Neverember? That is not who you came to rescue. However, when you were in the Skewered Dragon Tavern, you were told that when Floon left the tavern just before he was jumped, he was last seen in the company of this very man, Rainier Neverember.
Interesting. Well, I suppose you don't know the location of a certain individual known as Floon, do you?
He says, yes, my friend Floon. He says, come, let us get out of this cramped, stinking hellhole. Follows you out of the closet, and then takes a seat on a nearby crate, crossing his legs as if he's in some sort of fine furniture. He says, well, 2 nights ago I did indeed drink at the tavern with my friend Floon. However, I was concerned that he was too intoxicated to find his way home by himself, and I offered to escort him. We were jumped by 5 thugs. He looks around, he sees the corpses on the floor in the middle of the warehouse, the ones who the Kenku were looting when you entered. And he says, that would be them over there. We were jumped as we left Fillet Lane and headed north on Zastro Street. I feel guilty that Floon was taken, since, as we look quite similar, I believe that they mistook Floon for me.
Interesting. Interesting. So, do you have any insight as to where he might be now?
He says, well, I don't know where he is, but I do know that the Zentarum thinks that my father, Lord Neverember, embezzled a large amount of gold while he was the open lord of Waterdeep, and that he hid the stash somewhere in this city. They think that they can find it by using an artifact called the Stone of Galore, which was apparently in the hands of the Xanathar Guild until recently. Apparently someone stole it. The Zents thought I knew something about all this, but I don't. My father and I haven't spoken in years. They were just about getting ready to interrogate me when the Kenku, probably on orders of the Xanathar Guild, crashed the party. I managed to crawl away and hide in that closet there, but the door has no knob from the other side, so when the carnage cleared, I was unable to find my way back out. So I believe that the Xanathar Guild are the ones who've taken possession of Floon, and as thus will have relocated him to one of their hideouts. The Zentarum were very disappointed to find that indeed I was not Floon, and the prisoner they had stuffed in the crates back there was who they were looking for this whole time, no doubt. But the Xanathar Guild are not as stupid. They quickly knew that Floon was the one they quickly determined that Floon might have the information they're after, and thinking him to be me, absconded with him.
Fascinating. So, really our best lead at this point is indeed your father.
He says, perhaps, or someone from the Xanathar Guild, if you could get them to point you in the direction of their hideout. Everyone's barking up the wrong tree, of course. I know nothing about this money my father embezzled. I know nothing about the location of this Stone of Galore. And Floon knows even less. It is just sheer unfortunate dumb luck that he was mistaken for me and taken away.
Rather unfortunate, I believe. Okay, then. Well, in that case, I turn to the rest of my compatriots. Perhaps we should visit his father, ask some questions, and then maybe I turn to Narthal if you could use your city contacts to see if any of the guild members are taken in. That may well be another avenue of investigation we could pursue.
Narthal will do that.
Rainier claps his hands together and he says, well, I am very appreciative of you saving me, and I will repay your kindness. But my father is all the way in Neverwinter. It seems an oddly far way to travel just to ask him some questions. He gestures towards the Kenku you have tied up in the corner. He says, why, you appear to have some members of the Xanathar Guild right here.
True. Oh, well, these are Xanathar's Guild. I was confused. I thought these were the other ones.
No, the Zentarum were killed by them before you got here. That's why they didn't quite know how to react to you when you knocked on the door.
Yeah, because they didn't know we were coming.
Right, no, that's fair enough. In that case, yes, we will. That's probably the direction to investigate then.
Just the same, Rainier stands up and reaches into the crate, pulls out a bottle of wine. bites the cork off and begins to take a swig from it, and he says,
Yep.
"Just the same, I have a lot of contacts in this city. I happen to know Mert, the advisor..."
I'll just
Yep.
finish this combo. Sorry, just Dad was calling me.
Oh, yeah.
I actually have to peace out if that's all right.
That's alright. The session's ending now anyway.
Cool, don't
He
stress.
says, "I appreciate you helping me, and just the same, I do have many contacts among the city. I happen to be friends with both the Lord's Alliance and the Harpers. So, if there's ever a favor," takes a swig from the wine. He says, "Hell, not by the hells. If you find out where the Xanathar Guild's hideout is, perhaps..." He walks over to one of the Zentarum corpses and extracts a short sword from it. He holds up the short sword and says, "I may be convinced to help join the rescue mission for old Floon. What do you say?"
Sounds good.
Very well.
Hey, my friends.
Narthal, you have done well. You have captured some Kenku alive. And so, how do you interrogate them?
Same way as I did the other ones, like borderline torture.
Yep. So you walk over, make sure all 3 Kenku are awake, feeding them until they regain consciousness. And then you kneel down on top of one of them, your knee pressing into its chest, holding the blade of your axe in front of its neck. And you say, "What happened here? Where is the Xanathar Guild? Talk!" Make an intimidation check with advantage, as the Kenku that was stabilized by Mickey seems to be urging his friends to spill the beans and is willing to help you.
Well, thank you for saying advantage. The first roll was a 1.
Ah.
Gonna say, if he's somehow bugged up, I'd like to talk to the one that was brought back a little friendlier than what we're dealing with here.
27.
Never mind.
Lovely. So it's good that the bard managed to stabilize that Kenku, because without him grateful enough to help you and urging his compatriots to spill the beans, they may have very well willingly died with their information. When the Kenku speak, they mimic sounds and voices they have heard before. Under interrogation, they repeat the following phrases. A deep voice with an orcish accent. "Knock, knock. Xanathar sends its regards." In a thin, nasally voice. "Tie up the pretty boy, and then follow the yellow signs in the sewers back to the hideout." In a scratchy voice. "No time to loot the place. Just get him back to the boss." It appears that these Kenku were indeed agents of the Xanathar Guild, who attacked this warehouse, killed the Zentarum, and took Floon with them, thinking that he was Rainier. This appears to be all the information you'll get out of them. What would you like to do?
I hand them over to the proper authorities for jail time.
Very well, just as well, because as soon as you are done interrogating them, you take your knee off their chest, and the loading door of the warehouse creaks and opens, and in steps a City Watch captain who you've met before. You remember his name? Heist Staggart. Leads a dozen City Watch veterans into the warehouse. They immediately make a beeline towards your group and Rainier. Captain Heistus barks orders, and you are surrounded by members of the city guard, their weapons drawn, while a smaller group of them surrounds the Kenku. Noticing that they are already tied up, they begin to drag them out of the warehouse. Captain Heistus steps forwards, and he says, "We received reports of suspicious activity coming from this warehouse. Explain yourselves."
Oh, they're talking to us now. Okay.
Yes.
Yep. Well, these are your folks, so we'll just leave you to explain the situation.
Bulb lays down his staff on the ground and just holds his hands up.
The puppet's hands are up. He's still holding the stuff in his hands. He doesn't want to let go of it.
I would like Nargle and Sir Lucian to please both make charisma checks. Covered in blood and grime, not entirely recognizable.
16 plus. Oh, it was charisma, wasn't it?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, 21.
21. Before you have a chance to explain yourselves, Captain Heistus raises his right hand, gesturing to the other guards. They put away their swords, sliding them back into their sheaths, and then Heistus says, "Ah, Nathal! Seems like you got here before we could," and straining as if he's trying to look under all the grime. "Is that you, Sir Lucian, under all that muck and blood?" Rainier Neverember steps forwards and he salutes the guards and he says, "My apologies, Captain. This party here were rescuing me from the grasp of the criminals who you kindly have dragged out for questioning. They've done nothing wrong." Captain Heiser says, "Ah, Lord Neverember's son, you're here too. Very well, it appears, rather than criminal activity, some heroics have been performed tonight." He says, "Well, Nathal, Lucian, Rainier, any of you, would you like to explain what happened here tonight?"
Just salute. Nato done his duty, and he found the directions to the sewers of the Xanathar.
He says, "Ah, you found the directions to the Xanathar Guild. Well, I'm not about to send some of the city guard down there to risk their lives rescuing someone who may or may not be a spy for all we know. But, you know, if adventurers would like to get involved in the business of the guard, there are provisions for that. And I see, Nathal, you've already brought several adventurers on board. So, if you would like to take the initiative and follow up on this lead, you will be rewarded by the guard."
I don't think any of them lied to me. I have the Old Father. I put the fear of the Old Father into them.
He says, "Well, you've done well, Nathal. I'll be sure to mention you to the Major next time we're back for a debriefing. But the rest of you, pray tell, you've rescued this fine young man here, and as far as I'm concerned, you've done the city guard a favor tonight. So I want you to answer very truthfully. Did you loot anything from this warehouse?"
Well, I was actually going to ask, who's actually carrying the loot? Because we never actually sorted that out.
Yeah, we never actually grabbed any of it. Well, the only thing
no,
that was
you didn't
moved
actually
was...
take any of that stuff. Bobbert took one bar, and you just left the rest of the stuff there.
Okay, well then in that case, Bulb goes... Such on bodies of enemies is fair game, right? Can you hear me or no?
I can hear you. Dale's gone.
Dale's crashed.
Yeah, Dale's crashed. We're ahead of the stream. Woo!
Is he back? No.
Dale?
The problems of internet gaming, everybody.
It happens.
Well,
we need a technical...
Hey. Is he back?
Don't think so.
Mr. Dale? Hello?
This is a bad crash. It's not usually
Yeah,
bad.
It is. God damn.
Yeah.
It's Waterdeep fresh. It's not big.
Nah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
But
DM
you're still
crash.
here.
It's DM crashed. We need DM.
And we all lived happily ever after. Yeah.
Well, then my patron had.
Bows of a flourish as he bends down and picks up his staff.
Keep in mind, those are quite heavy. They're 10 pounds each.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so there's enough space for now.
And as you loot them, you also notice at the bottom of the crate containing all the bars, there is a small leather pouch. Someone please roll a d20.
I shall.
Someone else roll
Oh.
D20. I've picked up the 4 paintings.
Yep.
But there's 12 metal bars left, so we need to distribute them.
Yep.
Oh, you picked up.
I picked
And-
up the paintings.
Okay,
Yep.
and I rolled a 16.
16.
Four
That
pound.
is going to be... you open the bag, and it contains within a small copper key with strange markings on it. There appears to... As you hold the key in your hand, you can tell it's humming with magic. Would Bobbit like to do an Arcana check?
Yes, but we'd like to investigate the shiny thing.
Bulb will assist. And
Very
Bulb
well.
is taking 3 metal bars.
Yep. So 3. So that
Well, my
makes
first
10.
roll was a 23, so I don't think I'm going to need the
That's
assist, but
alright.
thank you.
So this is a minor magical item, a mystery key. This is a key
Ooh.
that may fit any lock. At any time you put it in a lock, it has a 10% chance of unlocking that lock. When
Oh.
it does this, it will disintegrate. So it can only be used, it can only unlock one lock, but you can have a 10% chance to unlock any door with this key.
Huh.
So it's a
Who
magic
wants the shiny thing? Who wants
who
the
would-
magic key?
Well, I don't really need use for it because I'll never be the first person going through a door. So someone else can take it.
I mean,
looks like Narthel
thieves
or-
still have a... Huh?
So if sounds like it's probably for Narthel then.
Or
Narthel or
Solution.
M1.
Yeah,
I forget his name.
yeah.
Solution or
Solution.
Narthel.
So whoever's going to be the first through doors should take it, just in case.
Alright, I'll.
Yeah. alright.
Yep,
And
yep,
then- and-
M1.
and I'll-
There you go,
and I'll-
Narthel takes the key.
And I've
Narthel.
put taken 5 bars.
Alright, so that leaves
So that means
5 for
there's-
Sir Lucian.
At least 4 for Sir Lucian.
4 for Sir Lucian. So, Sir Lucian, you've taken 4 silver bars, each worth 50 GP, and they each weigh 10 pounds. So 40 pounds of goods altogether. Make sure...
How much are they worth?
50.
50 GP each.
Lovely.
Actually, no, wait, sorry, my math was off. It is 5.
Oh, yeah, 5.
Sorry.
Okay, so 50 pounds
Sorry.
altogether. Okay. You were then subjected to something of a debriefing by Captain Heistus. You learn that he is an uptight man who helps keep the peace in the dock ward. Every shopkeeper, guild member, innkeeper, and tavern keeper in the dock ward knows him, and most respect him regardless of their opinions of the City Watch in general. He doesn't believe in rumours or gossip, he doesn't drink, and he doesn't let anger get the better of him. His job is to curb the violence in the dock ward, but he's been dragging his heels. He had this warehouse under surveillance, he reveals, but elected to pull the detail to bolster patrols throughout the dock ward in response to rising violence, a decision he now regrets. That surveillance was part of an attempt to catch a known Zent instigator named Erstal Floxen, a big fish rumoured to be responsible for much of the recent strife. He confides in you that he's glad that some adventurers have come by and will continue the investigation for him, so that he may work on suppressing the violence that engulfs the streets. But that is a tale for another week. You have learned the location, or at least how to get to the Xanathar hideout. You've learned that if you enter the sewers in the dock district and follow the Xanathar guild signs, you will find their hideout. And it is there, you are told, where Floon is held hostage. For now, you have naught to do but return to the Yawning Portal Tavern and rest up for the night to prepare yourselves so that you may venture into this dungeon fully prepared and with the sunlight of a new day behind you. You may each take a long rest, and that is it for today's session. Well done.
Yay!
Do not level up, by the way.
Dang.
Oh, well.
Yep. Next week you will, because it's milestones at the end of the chapter, so...
That makes sense.
Fair call.
So, everyone gets a long rest, so fully heal, restore your spell slots, and restore your hit dice, and make sure you write down any of the spoils you have earned today. And next week's session will continue the very next day after you awaken from your long rest. You will leave the Yawning Portal Tavern and you'll head down to the Dock District and hopefully infiltrate the Xanathar hideout with a minimal degree of fuss and casualties.
What happened to the 3 people I interrogated? Where
They-
lived?
They have been placed under arrest by the city guard and will be interrogated at the guard headquarters and most likely jailed for the crime of murder. And as for the three guards you encountered earlier tonight, well, the information you got corroborated 2 of them, that you can follow the guild symbols to reach the hideout, and that the hideout is indeed in the sewers. The third man, who simply stated that the hideout was, quote, underground somewhere, is not as fortunate, and is now going to be tried for murder and sentenced to hang.
Justice has been served.
Each of you gains 1 inspiration point.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so no level up, but you get an inspiration point, because you did actually do a lot of cool role-playing today, and did some clever things, so inspiration points for everyone. And to everyone watching, I hope you enjoyed the first episode of our new campaign, and we hope you'll join us again next week for episode 2, where our heroes will enter their first proper dungeon. What awaits within? and what awaits within, and will the stuffed beholder have anything to do with it? Stay tuned and find out next week.
Same D&D time, same D&D place.
Yep. And
Same
if you
D&D
didn't
channel.
get the read the announcement in Liam's Discord, Call of Cthulhu is not happening this month. It will return in the first week of January. So don't worry, we haven't cancelled it. It's coming back. And no, Liam hasn't been kicked out of the group.
Also, for anyone interested, the secondary campaign, the second session is Tuesday coming at 2:30, so same time as this session.
Yep.
But it is next Tuesday.
Yep,
Tuesday
so,
coming up.
Anyone who would like to jump in and watch Remy's campaign that he is DMing, which is a secondary campaign to this one, the next episode of that will be at 2:30 Australian Eastern Time on our YouTube channel, Dungeons and Dagons. Liam is unfortunately working during those sessions, and so those are, for the time being, YouTube exclusive. So if you'd like to watch them, be sure to head on over to the Dungeons and Dagons YouTube channel, subscribe, and you'll be informed as to when we are about to begin playing.
And don't forget to follow our Patreon for some exclusive rewards, even having a guest spot in either your choice of D&D or Call of Cthulhu.
Just remember, folks, the golden rule here is payment up front.
And how much does it cost? $50.
$50, homie.
Unless, of course, you aim for one. Well, for the guest spot, yes. If you want some of the other stuff, there are smaller ones in case $50 a bit heavy on the wallet.
You can support the stream for as little as $1 a month. Every little bit counts. As you can see, we have quite a few technical difficulties, and all of the money will be going towards bringing the stream up to a basic level of quality for everyone. So once again...
And what are some of the other rewards we have?
Other rewards we have include getting to design an NPC to appear in a campaign, getting to help me, the DM, design traps or challenges for Call of Cthulhu or D&D, or designing a magic item. Head on over to our Patreon and you'll have a look. You'll also get exclusive access to bonus episodes such as character creation, although I don't think we have any yet. And when I eventually...
I'm happy to sit down for those.
Yep. And when I eventually get them online, the cleaned up audio-only versions of all of our sessions on Spotify.
I shall just drop those links in the YouTube chat and Twitch chat.
Yes.
Please do.
And so thank you everyone